Hey, whoa. Okay. So, I don't think we are going to finish race route today because I checked the CGs, and from what I remember in which point of the story we are, it's going to take a while. Maybe we get close to the bad ending, maybe. But yeah, I think that's going to be it. Maybe if there is time, we were able to stream for longer. Maybe we could have reached the finished race routes today, but that couldn't be. I wonder why. So yeah. Let me pause this and end there. So hold on, let me check one thing. Hold on. Wait, okay. Sorry. So I need... Okay, I had paused that and put the volume of the game higher. I hate that I really want the volume of the game to be kind of loud so you can hear the voice acting well, but at the same time if I have music at the beginning at the same volume I have the game, your ears English, what I start, that won't work. Anyways, sketches. No, I don't remember exactly which part we left. January 15. So still a few days before the next exploration. Okay. This here. The next morning. After Taco woke me for my morning shift, I saw on the news that another assault had taken place. The perpetrators were reportedly a group wearing all black. It happened outside of the deathmatch area, and the victim was sent to Takanoguchi Medical Office. Was it the same group that jumped Junko? I hope not. It was hard to say since this kind of thing happens so often. I got dressed, then headed down to the first floor and unlocked the front door. I removed the closed sign from the door knob, then took my seat at the reception counter. The queue of patients filled in from outside, placing their insurance cards into the basket on the counter. I forgot he decided to show up. I forgot. Okay. I look over to find a man with bad posture standing at the counter, smiling hesitantly. It was the man from the casino. Wait, is it?
ここに泉というスタッフはいますか?
The audacity of this dude. The audacity. They haven't talked, Ray and his dad, they haven't talked to each other for years, and he has the audacity to show up at his job out of nowhere. I hate him so much. Izumi, Ray's surname. Sure enough, this man was Ray's father. Instantly, the memories came flooding back. When we were at the glassy hotel from the dessert buffet, we saw him playing slots in the casino. With this, his sunken eyes and hollow cheeks, not even a forced smile could conceal his sneaky vibes. His smoke was like paint water, dark, muddy, and brown. Back at the hotel, Ray took one look at this man and ran out. Now my suspicions were confirmed.
泉は休みです。どういったご用件でしょう?
The receptionist voice. Thanks. I decided to dig a little, so I responded in my most professional voice. Thank you.
私、泉の父親なんですが。
With an obsequious smile plastered on his face, Ray's father continued.
どうしても息子と話したくてですね。いろいろと探してみたら、ここで働いていることを知りまして。
Also the way, kudos to the seiyuu, but the way he speaks, it's so enemy.
すみませんが、息子に連絡をして、今すぐ呼んでもらえませんかね。
お父さんから連絡した方がいいんじゃないですか。
それがお恥ずかしいことに連絡先がわからなくてですね。どうにかお願いできませんかね。
Evidently, he had no intention of backing down. Meanwhile, the business was starting to stare at us. I could already tell this conversation was only going to go in circles. Frankly, I was more interested in what exactly he wanted to say to Ray.
院長に確認しますので、少々お待ちください。
Then I picked up the phone and called the exam room. When I explained the situation to Taku, he called to me to have him come back at lunchtime. Hold on. I have to clear up my throat. Ray's father readily agreed, and as promised, returned to the clinic at the specified time. When he arrived, the waiting room was devoid of patients. Instead, he came face to face with me and Taku. Also present were Honami and Junko, the latter of whom had arrived just prior to lunchtime for their checkup. The sheer number of people seemed to intimidate Ray's father, who shrank further into himself and peeked around the room.
この方々は
息子さんの友人です。
それで息子は
一応連絡はしたんですが、会いたくないと。
I think I need to lower the volume of the game just a tiny bit. Something like that, maybe. As Taku explained, awkwardly Ray's father signed and slammed his shoulders.
そうですか。
ずっと会ってなかったそうですが、今回はどういった要件で？
What's changed, I wonder.
いやもう息子から聞いてるかもしれませんが、私の方でちょっと借りた金が返せなくなりましてね。
I hated him so much the first time I played the game. This is only even more infuriating the second time.
それを息子が払ってくれることになったものですから、そのことで。
The corners of Taku's mouth twitched.
息子さんは気がついたら一方的に借金の返済を肩代わりさせられることになっていたと言ってましたが。
ちょっと、それどういうこと？一方的にってどういうことよ。
This was news to Junko and Honami, who squinted dubiously.
それはまあ親子ですから血がつながってるわけですし、やっぱり家族に何か起きたら助け合うべきだと思うんですよ。 しかも私父親ですから。
I hate this kind of people so much.
は
At this, Junkan Honami's golf. Likewise, Taco's expression hardened. Evidently, the guy didn't feel remotely guilty about stamping his death on his son. If anything, he seemed to feel entitled to it.
それで借金っていくらなの？
3億です。
冗談でしょ。3億？それレイが全部払うってこと？
ですから親子で助け合っていこうとは思ってますよ。もちろん私も少しずつ返していきますし。
カジノ通いがやめられなくて返済できてないって聞いてるけど。
ああそこまでご存知なんですか。いやいやお恥ずかしい限りで、習慣というものは変えるのがなかなか難しくてですね。
He scratched the back of his head and smiled stiffly.
最低。真面目に返す気なんて全然ないのね。レイに払わせるのが目的なんでしょ。
そこまでは。自分で返せる分は返そうと思ってますよ。
The way he speaks, it's so obvious that he's not planning to do anything at all whatsoever.
こいつ。
His half-hearted answers were starting to wear of everyone's patience. The smoke rising from Honabi and Yuko began to sway ominously.
閉めていい？最低なんだけどこの男。
I feel you, Junko, saying please.
落ち着け。
落ち着けるわけないでしょ。こんなのと血がつながってるなんてレイがかわいそう。だからレイは縁を切ったのね。よーくわかったわ。借金は全部自分で返しなさいよ。金輪際レイに関わらないで。レイのことは赤の他人だと思ってちょうだい。
いやいや、それこそ赤の他人に息子のことで口出しされてもね。
Oh, you... I hate him so much. How do you have the audacity to go to your son's workplace to ask about a debt that you put on your son without them consenting, and then you are telling their friends that they have known for a bunch of years now, I assume, and telling them that they are the strangers to them. Partirle la cara de lo que dan ganas. Dios. Junko looked like they were ready to take hint. Taku hastily raised both hands to stop them.
ここは病院だ。どんな理由であれ、手を挙げることは許さんぞ。
でも
Again, Taku stopped them. Then he turned and fixed Ray's father with a stern look.
泉さん、あなたがどのように思ってようと、息子さんはあなたに会いたくないと言ってます。なので連絡先を教えることはできません。
父親なのにですか？
はい。その代わりそちらの連絡先を教えていただけますか？もし何かあったらご連絡しますから。
それなら構いませんよ。
Ray's father pulled out his cell phone and traded numbers with Taku.
では午後の診療もありますので、今日のところは。
はい、お邪魔しました。皆さん息子のお知り合いなんですよね。いろいろと問題があるというか、出来の悪い息子ですが、これからもよろしくお願いします。
Shut up. You have no rights to say that.
では私はこれで。
泉さん。
Right as he bowed and turned to leave, Taku stopped him.
今一度自分のこれまでの行いを振り返った方がいいと思いますよ。
はあ。
With an something smile, Ray's father walked out.
ちょっともう本当になんだろう
The instant the door shut, Junko started screaming like they just couldn't take it anymore.
本当になんであの最低男がレイの父親なの信じらんない。だって3億ってそれをレイが肩代わりどうしてそんなことってあるの許されるの
I feel you.
ここじゃ高里組そのものがルールだからな。奴らは金さえ戻ってくれば何でもいいんだ。
Taku muttered bitterly while the other two raged.
でもそれじゃレイがあんまりじゃない。レイは父親とは縁を切ったって言ってたのによりにもよってこんな形で。やだ、なんだか泣けてきちゃう。やめてよ、私までもらい泣きしちゃうでしょ。もうどうしてレイばっかり嫌な目に遭うのよ。私の怪我なんて犬に噛まれたようなもんじゃない。
I wanna give them a hug. Their fury turned to sorrow, and they both burst into tears. Taku clapped his hands together to get everyone's attention.
ほらほら、もう午後の診療が始まるぞ。
先生は悲しくないの？レイがこんなことになって。
悲しいに決まってるだろう。それに一番辛いのは俺たちじゃなくてレイだ。
At this, Junko and Honami's tears dried.
そうよね。一番辛いのはレイなのよね。私たちが大泣きしたって何の意味もないのよね。
レイが何も言ってこない限り今まで通りでいた方がいい。多分な。
うん。分かった。そうする。
Sniffing, Junko left the building, and Honami headed down the hall to get things prepared for reopening. Now it was just the two of us. Taku started to say something to me, but ultimately went back to the exam room without another word. In the end, I never went to roost that night. Instead, I went back to my apartment and drank alone. Oh, nightmare, it's been a while. His father, I guess. That night I had a dream. Not a nightmare, but a dream about my father. His face was too blurred to see clearly, but I knew it was him. Honestly, I could count the number of times he had spoken on one hand. And my dream was centered on the memory of one of those times. I couldn't be sure when or where it took place. My father was talking to me with a hard look on his face. I didn't understand. I couldn't hear a word he was saying. Just silence. But when I tried to explain, he turned and left without waiting for a response. My dad never gave shit about me. That's why I couldn't remember what he looked like. Then I sensed a presence and looked over to find Jesus standing there again. Next to him was a smaller figure. The small shadow was blurry, like a watercolor paint, and it was hard to distinguish any human features. Not that sun again. But when I tried to get a better look, fear suddenly set in. Don't. I hate that sound, please stop. Okay. You sure that wasn't a nightmare? My eyes snapped open, and I pushed myself out from the sofa. My heart was beating unnaturally fast. That wasn't my usual nightmare, but it was still an unpleasant dream. You sure that wasn't a nightmare? As I gasped for breath, I pressed a hand to my forehead. Smoke as right. Hi there, Mizo. As my pulse slowed, the sound of the newscaster on the TV slowly came into focus. Hi there. Exhaling heavily, I reached out and grabbed my pack of smoke off the coffee table. The news was covering an attack at Takasato headquarters. Apparently, there were fatalities, and it wasn't clear whether all the executives were alive. Come to think of it, the Roost manager had mentioned that the Takasato Gumi had received an anonymous threat. I lit my cigarette and watched some TV for a while. Then my phone started to buzz on the edge of the sofa. It was a call from Taku. With that, he promptly hung up. After I crashed my new lit cigarette in the ashtray, I rose to my feet, got dressed, and left. When I arrived at the medical ward on the second floor, I found the beds filled with patients. Now this is stressful. What do you mean? One sat in a chair while Taku administered first aid. When I walked in, he looked up from his work.
急に呼び出してすまんな。高里組の本部が襲われたって話聞いたか？
ああ。
大量の怪我人が出て、うちも可能な範囲で対応することになったんだが、レイと連絡が取れない。ホナミたちには連絡してこっちに向かってもらってる。とは悪いんだが、レイの家に行って様子を見てきてくれないか。昨日のこともあったから少し心配でな。
Yesterday, Taku had called Ray to tell him that his father had shown up at the clinic. Naturally, Ray had refused to meet with him. Under normal circumstances, it could be no big deal, but right now, he wasn't the most emotionally stable. Tensions were high. He was stressed to hell.
わかった。
What do you mean I forgot? What do you mean that's a treasure? I don't understand. I nodded and Taku smiled, relieved. After that, I left the building and headed to Ray's place. Arriving at the condo building, I unlocked the door and went in. I remembered the password from watching Ray punch it last time. Then I took the elevator to the 6th floor and walked to 606. I rang the doorbell, but there was no response. So I pulled out my phone, called his number, then pressed an ear to the door. I let it ring for quite a while, but didn't hear any sounds from inside. Thus, I determined that he probably wasn't home. I sent him a quick message asking him where he was. All that remained was to come through his usual hounds one by one. With a small sign, I headed back to the elevator. You forgot. Why are you so mean? Why? I didn't forget anything this time. Shut. As I was walking down Gower Street, I spotted AJ standing on the sidewalk playing with his phone.
Oh, Toa-san!
He spotted me and smiled.
事務所が襲われたらしいな。
そうなんですよ。もう大変なことになっちゃって。
He grimaced.
今情報収集しながら各所へ連絡を入れてました。あ、榊さんと遠野さんは無事です。どうも2人を狙っての襲撃だったみたいなんですけど、失敗ですね。で、トアさんはこれからどこかへお出かけですか？
レイを探してる。
レイさん？
He blinked at me in surprise.
どうかしたんですか？
連絡がつかないし、 家にもいない。
あらら、そういえばお父さんの借金を肩代わりするとかなんとかって聞きましたけど。
レイは父親を嫌ってる。だから借金を肩代わりする話も嫌がってる。
そりゃそうですよね。僕だってたとえ肉親だろうと借金の肩代わりは嫌ですもん。しかも借金って結構な額でしたよね。レイさん、追い詰められてる感じでした？
What do you think? Wouldn't you be stressed with a 300 million yen debt?
あ
だとしたら、もしかするとあれに借り出されてるかもしれませんね。
He showed me a meaningful look.
あ、あれ
At this, he knocked me over with
あ
one
のです
finger.
ね、
I leaned in and he started to whisper.
公にはしてないんですが、実は高里組がひっそり行ってる賭け試合があるんです。
賭け試合？
はい、マネーマッチって言ってデスマッチの仲間みたいなものなんですけど、マネーマッチの方は観客が金をかけるんです。勝てば出場者には賞金が出ます。でももし負けたらその時は死が待ってます。マネーマッチがデスマッチと大きく違うのは金銭と生死が密接に絡んでいるところです。
Welp. I remembered the mystery glasses on Ray's face.
デスマッチで有名になると高里組にスカウトされるって話知ってますか？
ああ、
Even with a criminal record, if you made it into the all-powerful Takasato Gumi, you were set for the foreseeable future. Thus, a fair number of fighters took part, hoping to get recruited.
あの話、半分は本当ですけど半分は嘘なんです。デスマッチでスカウトされてもマネーマッチへ流される方が多いんですよ、実は。
So you fight to hopefully get some kind of work position for the Yakuza, but instead you end up being like kind of a gladiator fight, kind of tournament in which if you lose you die. Wow!
負けたら死ぬ試合なんて普通に参加者を募集しても集まらないに決まってますし、まあ勝てば賞金がもらえるんですけどね。だから追い詰められた負債者が出ることはよくあります。借金返済をかけて。
Yes, right, casually.
お前が車で運んでた荷物の中にもいたのか？
何がですか？
マネーマッチの元参加者。
He got my drift and his lips curled in a smile. Oh no.
さあ、どうでしょうね。
After that, I parted ways with Eiji and went back to searching Cover Street, but couldn't find Ray anywhere. Is the secret pen boss? Hi there, Alex. Breaking into Takasato Gumi under attack, executives confirmed to be safe. Takasato Ryujiro, a history of the infamous Takasato Gumi, a special feature. How old were you when you first ran away from home? The Takasato office was reportedly attacked during an executive meeting. Thankfully, no one was harmed. So who was behind it? Recently, no eyewitnesses have come forward. Right around the time I was thinking of heading back to the clinic, I got a message from Taku asking for an update. I explained that Ray wasn't at his condo. Since it was lunchtime back at the clinic, we decided to continue the conversation over a meal. Arriving at Yonagawa Cafe, I met up with Taku. After we were seated, we ordered the honey toast.
あいつどこで何やってるんだか。
Low-key, I find it funny that the moment you arrive, there are food pics on the game. Okay. He grunted to himself as he tore into his honey toast like a starving animal. My god. Did anything big happen at the start of the stream? right after we started, Ray's father showed up on the clinic, asking where was Ray and to get his contact info. And we have discovered, I don't know if you are right midway through the explanation of the money matches, but that's probably what Ray's up to cover up the money for the debt. I saw money match stuff, yeah. So what we saw before that was Ray's father visiting the clinic, and I heard him so much. You need to see that part. He's so nervy. Oh! But I could tell he wasn't angry so much as worried. His smoke didn't shift.
せめてこっちにメッセージの一つでも送っとけって話だ。
And yeah, and Ray is nowhere to be seen.
そうだな。
Leslie, I cut at my toast and popped a bite in my mouth.
レイは父親のことをかなり嫌ってるようだな。まあ、あの親父じゃ仕方がないような気もするが。
Tacos lost his coffee, then let out a melancholy sigh.
ひょっとしてレイは俺たちが考えてる以上に思い詰めてるのかもしれんな。思えばあいつが本気で落ち込んでるところはあまり見たことがない。あいつが落ち込んだ時どうするのか、どこへ行くのか。長い付き合いなのに何も知らない。今回初めてそういうことに気づかされたよ。
I swallowed my bite of toast and dropped my fork onto the plate. Then I grabbed my mug of coffee and took a sip.
マネーマッチって知ってるか？
マネーマッチ？なんだそれは。
高里組が秘密裏に行ってる賭け試合で、出場者が勝てば賞金が手に入る。ただし負けたら死ぬ。そんな試合に進んで出るやつなんていないから、後がない負債者が出場することが多いらしい。
レイがそれに出てるんじゃないかってことか。
ああ。
誰がそんなことを。
エイジだ。
ああ。
Taco stuffed a big piece of toast in his mouth and chewed pensively for a while, gazing at his hands.
だとしたら相当まずいな。今すぐにでもレイを探し出して止めないと。エイジに探ってもらうことはできないのか。
聞いてみる。
頼む。俺もできる限り探してみる。
ああ。
Now then, I started to light a cigarette. Then I noticed him staring at me with a grave expression on his face.
なんだよ。
いや、前にも聞いたと思うが、お前、レイが危ないって時でも、やっぱり焦るような気持ちにはならないのか。
I took a drag, then exhaled slowly.
見殺しにする気はない。
いや、それは分かってるんだがな。もっとこう、なんつうか、今すぐ助けたいみたいな気持ちはないのか。レイはマネーマッチなんて危険なものに参加してるかもしれないんだぞ。
あいつが何も言わないからな。
どういうことだ。
レイが俺たちに助けてほしいと思ってるのかどうかわからないだろ
う。助けられたくないってことはないだろう。身に覚えのない借金を背負わされた上に命までかけることになっちまってるんだぞ。
だとしても本人の口から聞かない限りわからない。
お前。
He frowned his frown and shot me a disapproving look. I mean, there is no people expecting us to fight to the farmer in the city. Maybe, but at the same time, would you really do that? That's why probably they go for debtors or people that is on the deathmatch area, because they are clueless about that.
例の性格を考えればわかるだろう。周りに迷惑をかけたくないとか、そういう理由で話さないに決まってる。
それも本人の選択だ。仮に俺たちが強引に介入したとしてレイが嫌がったら、迷惑をかけたくないってのはそういうことだろう。
じゃあお前はレイを助けるつもりはないってことなんだな。
レイが望むなら助ける。
なるほどな。ユーフォリアらしい答えだ。
His lips curled in a sadistic smear. He closed his eyes, let out his hand, and looked back at me.
とにかくレイと話さないことには始まらん。レイを探すぞ。いいな。
I nodded, squinting, and took a drag. There is some dirt on my screen in the part where I placed the game. Hey, late that night. I was lying on the sofa at my place, having a smoke, when my phone started buzzing on the coffee table. I reached out, picked it up, and looked at the screen. The name I saw there made me bolt upright on reflex. It was a message from Ray. Can't you come over right now? That was the entire message. I got up, pulled on my coat, and left the building. Then I walked through the night to Ray's condo building. When I arrived, I followed the same steps as earlier that day, or more accurately the day before, to let myself inside. Then I took the elevator to the 6th floor and walked to 606. I rang the doorbell, then waited. I heard the sound of the door unlocking, yet it didn't open. Whoops. I opened the door and went in. No sign of him. The lights were off in the hallway, but I heard a door shut quietly in the other end. Locking the front door behind me, I stepped out of my shoes, then headed down the hall. When I stepped into the dimly lit living room, I found Ray standing there. Wait. Ain't no way the other scene is going to happen today, right? Ain't no way, it's too early, I think. He stared at the floor, frozen stiff, like a child awaiting punishment. His face was concealed in shadow, but upon closing expression, I could tell it was swollen. Poor baby. His entire body was more aggressive than usual. His smoke twitched and changed color restlessly.
昼部屋に来たのとはでしょ
The question was quiet and sudden. His voice was harsh, like he hadn't spoken a word in days.
中にいたのか。
携帯電話も切ってずっと引きこもってた
Wait, that was double? I think that played double. Maybe that's a bug. Maybe.
何があった？
He bit his lips, then forced his mouth open, as if to cough the words loaded in the back of his throat.
デスマッチに行けなくなるってみんなに言った後ね私会いに行こうとしたのそれで気がついたらいつの間にかクリニックの前に立ってたのそしたらトアが来てトアの顔見たら少し落ち着いて
I hear it double again. I hope this is just a temporary bug and it only happens in a few sentences. I don't remember that when I first played. I hope it's only just this few sentences. Please don't break now, game. Summoning all his revolt, he looked up at me. His face trembled like he was on the verge of tears, twisting his fresh wounds.
あのねとはみんなのこと見ててほしいっていう私のお願い聞いてくれてありがとね本当に
On.
あ
I keep skipping.
ありがとう
Okay, there we go. Ask. Wait, hold on, where are we? Interrogation? Okay. Here. Interrogation as for this. Wait, is this one?
ま
Hold on. I am lost. It should be. So affection. Core streets, the traffic. Cal. Well, you act so.
お願いできる
Could you do it again sometime where you have time? Hold on. So affection, answer clearly. Okay, this is not the right one. So affection. Ah. So affection.
ポジティブ
Okay.
あ
Don't get your hopes up.
ありがとう
Right, thanks. Is it the right thing to do?
あよし本当か
Are you sure it's enough? Did something go wrong with it? No, no, no. Nothing happened, like I was just lost in the guide. I thought we were at a later point in the game, that's it. Like, for the god, it's fine. No condo.
ああま
I don't think I can follow your instructions to the letter.
え
That's fine.
あそうだな
Taco and the others are not worried about you.
え私は平気よ
Yeah, I had a feeling that they could be, but I'm fine. Just not.
ポジティブそうか
Are you?
うん
Yeah. No, can. Wait. Wait. Fuck. Press him. Inspiration. Press him. I cannot read. Yeah. Hold on. So just not. So now we have to say no can do.
あ
I
あなら
need to concentrate. Okay. If you don't speak out, none of us can do anything.
何
About what? Something? Okay. Focus. Literally anyone will think you were hiding something.
そうかな
Good day, I don't know about that.
それは
You are injured again.
これは
It's a long story. Ask directly.
ネガティブお前
Are you hiding something? We know.
それで
Don't you wanna talk about something? Positive.
ポジティブ不安か
It's written all over your face.
そっか
Is it really? I get it.
あ
It couldn't be more obvious, but that's alright, I get it.
あ
Am I really that easy to read? I mean, what do you want?
あああどうなんだ
What is it you want?
あ何
What I want?
気になるな
And now we choose his father.
レイの父親父親には会いたくないんだよな本人に責任を取らせるのが一番早い
分かってるでもどうしても会いたくないのあいつ私が男が好きだって分かったら狂ってるって言って家から追い出したのよ二度と会いたくないむしろ殺してやりたいくらいだわ
It's not the
で
bad
も
route yet.
このままだとお前が借金の肩代わりをして最悪死ぬぞ
It's not the bad road yet. That's going to take a bit for us to reach. This is just normal talk. He be like that.
他には そうだろ。
There's gotta be more, right? You're being awfully considerate today. This is how you considerate. You're like that normally. Yep. Respond
Positive.
gently.
なんてな。
I'm allowed to be considerate sometimes, aren't I? Is this one so considerate? I guess so. Okay. See that?
なら、
Or could you prefer that it was a dick?
嬉しいわ。
It's not often you actually think about other people, so obviously I appreciate it. I get it.
ああ。確か
Yeah, I get it. Well, you're actually kind of fun today. You must really be making an effort.
ごめん。
Sorry to make you come all the way out
Ah.
here. No problem. It's kind of a relief just having someone around, you know? Negative.
に。ネガティブ。
Even I'm better than nobody, right?
も
You don't have to talk like that. Every day the tone is more and more and more. Yes. What do you want?
ああ。ふーん。
I want both or response as repayment. Of course.
うほんと。とは。
You're so demanding. Okay.
ね
Hey, actually, never mind. Forget it. Negative.
ネガティブ。言えよ。
If you have something to say, then just say it.
レイは何に悩んでる？
The debt.
借金。借金のことだけど、
借金。
この間、お前の父親がクリニックに来た。借金のことも聞いた。向こうに期待できないなら、こっちから動かなきゃどうにもならないだろう。かなり追い詰められてるな。
I mean, given all the circumstances, who wouldn't be? Beating his knee, Ray stared down at the floor, his fist shaking.
父親の連絡先はタクが聞いてる。
Into this part, yeah.
もしあの男に会うなら1対1じゃない方がいいわ。周りに人がいるところで会いたい。じゃないと私自分が何するかわかんないから。
He paused to take a slow, pained breath.
あいつに会いに行くわ。でもその時はトアも来てお願い。
ああ。
I know, and the tension on Ray's face eased over so slightly.
タクはいいのか？
タクはクリニックがあるしそこまで振り回せないわ。
わかった。
He took a deep breath, feeling his lungs, then looked straight at me.
よろしくお願いします。
He bowed his head, his chapped lips trembling. His chapped lips trembling. I cannot read, anyways. We decided to arrange a meetup date at a later time. After I got home, I sent Taco a message. I explained that Ray had invited me over, that we talk, and that he had agreed to meet his father. I was It was so late I figured Taku would probably be asleep, but instead he responded immediately, informing me that he would get in touch with Ray's father first thing tomorrow morning to ask. In touch with Ray's father first thing tomorrow's morning to ask about his schedule. A comma around this part of the sentence would have been nice. A comma around here would have been nice. I tossed my phone onto the coffee table, popped a few sleeping pills, and was then down with a swindled booth. Then I laid myself down on the sofa. Tonight I felt like sleeping for a good long while. Quietly I closed my eye, took a deep breath and exhaled. As I repeated this pattern, my consciousness began to dissolve into the darkness. Also, just remember, you also missed a nightmare, not quite, even though he woke up like breathing for her, but it wasn't as bad in his own word, I guess. You missed that too. The next morning, Taku took me awake.
泉さんに電話したぞ。ロイヤルシーサイドホテルで働いていて、12時から昼休みだから、その時間にロビーへ行けば話せるそうだ。
Mormon lore, this one was father lore. But you gotta see that. The Royal Seaside Hotel was the same place Ray and I had gone for the Desert Buffet.
わかった。
So the man works in the same place. He wastes his money in the casino. Like, he's done working and then he goes to the casino of the same place he works and wastes all the money he has earned. Wow.
俺は同行できないが、お前は今日休みだからな。例の都合がつくようなら一緒に行ってこい。
ああ。
After he left the room, I sent a message to Ray. He agreed to meet up at the hotel at noon. It was still early, but nonetheless, I got dressed and left the building. Having arrived at the hotel early, I was sitting in the lobby having a little smoke when I saw Ray walk in. He glanced around, spotted me, and made a villain straight for me.
ドアの方が早く来てるなんて意外。待った。ごめんね。
His face. At least go to the clinic and, like, treat them, please.
いや。
Ray sat down on the sofa across from me. His expression was as stiff as his movement, and all of it radiated nervous tension. He stared down directly at his feet. His visions looked a lot darker now than the last time I saw him. Normally Ray would start making small talk right about now, but he wasn't exactly in the mood today. So we sat there in silence, waiting for our VIP to arrive.
すいません。
The sudden voice from behind made Ray flinch. He wheeled around to find his father standing there, with a slightly shoulder and his usual ingratitude smile.
あの病院にいたスタッフの方ですよね。ということは。
Ray's father gaze shifted from me to Ray. Instantly Ray jumped onto his feet, his lips trembling, his face white as a sheet.
ごめん。私、やっぱり、ちょっと。
Stumbling over his words, he passed his lips together and took off running. Before either of us could stop him, he dashed out through the front entrance. Gotta go fast. But I understand, honestly. After what he has done, I wouldn't want to talk to him either. With a heavy sigh, Ray's father watched him go. After he was gone, the man plopped down onto the sofa where his son was sitting moments prior.
なんというか。すみませんね。せっかく来ていただいたのに、 どうしようもない息子で。
You have no rights to say that. Ah, I hate him so much. If Junko and Hanami were here, they probably would have punched his lights out for that. See? There was no real point in me talking to this guy without Ray present, but I decided it wouldn't hurt to chat for a bit. He kept nervously staring glasses at my face.
あんた、息子に相当嫌われてるみたいだけど、自覚はあるのか？
ああ、まあそうですね。借金のことがやっぱりね。
嫌われてるのは借金の話をするより前からだろ。
ズバッと言いますね。まあレイが子供の頃からいろいろとありましたから仕方がないことなんでしょうな。
He said like it can be expected or it couldn't be helped. It's your fault.
それよりさっきから気になってることを聞いてもいいでしょうか。
Oh, I remember this. He leaned forward and inspected my face like it was a petri dish.
病院で会った時はマスクをしていたから気づかなかったんですが、あなた高里組の組長の息子さんじゃ。
Not necessarily, but if you need to check the first part of the stream because the way in which he refers to Ray and the whole depth thing and contacting him and all of that is like he doesn't feel guilty whatsoever about what he has done, and it's not like he, as the game said, like he feels entitled to do all this shit just because they are related. It's so infuriating, or at least for me it is, because I hate that kind of people. Like, no, just because you're a family, you are not entitled to ask like stuff and do stuff like that just because. No, please.
知ってるのか？
ああ、やっぱりそうだったんですね。組長さんのことはご愁傷様です。
And I think you can more or less notice his personality by the way he talks. He both deeply then look up and smile.
いやね、なんとなく似てるなとは思ってたんですけどね。何しろ最後に見たのはあなたがまだこんなに小さかった時だったので自信がなくて。
He held his hand out to indicate the head of a child.
実は私、あなたのご両親と少しだけ仕事をしていたことがあったんですよ。
仕事？何を？
まあいろいろです。ちょっとした取引のような感じでね。
He mumbled vaguely, then looked up suddenly as he just remembered something.
そうだ、組長の息子さんなら話が早い。すみません、お名前何でしたっけ？もうあまりにも昔のことで。
とわでいい。
とわさん、こんなお願いをするのは本当にぶしつけだとは思うんですが、例の知り合いということであればなおさら借金の件どうにかなりませんかね。
Le pegaba 2 hostias. Ah, I hate him so much. Oh. He peered at me provingly, then caught his lips in a faint smile. I knew from the outset that he was a leech, but it was rare to meet a guy who continually outdid himself. I snorted.
俺もレイと同じで、親父は他人も同然だ。死んでも何とも思わないし、顔も思い出せない。
いやいや、そうは言っても親子じゃないですか。 組長さんのことは残念ですが、きっと息子のあなたが高里組に頼めば向こうも簡単に。
俺には関係ない。
At my tone, he recoiled. Then first I smiled as a defense mechanism.
じゃあせめてまた昔の仕事をさせてもらいたいんですよ。
Oh, imagine you just meet the friend of like your son, your daughter, whatever, and you just notice that like they are related somehow to your old job or whatever, and you just ask someone that you basically don't know a favor just like that. And like a favor that is about a very big sum of money or either a job related to the Yakuza. Oh, it's disgusting, yeah. That's why, like, I hate him so much. I hate these kind of people so much.
なかなか見入りのいい仕事だったんでね。そうすれば借金もすぐに返せると思うんです。
We find out later what the job in question is, and the fact that he's very eager to want to work at that again is... Oh!
仕事の内容は？
それはそのちょっと
Flustered, his gaze started to wander.
自分で言いに行けよ。
I shot him down flatly, then rose from the sofa. There was no point in talking to him any longer.
待ってくださいよ、トアさん。
I ignored the voice calling after me and headed for the exit. Outside, I found Reid standing a short distance away. He stuffed his hands onto his pocket and swung into his coat. As I approached, he noticed me and looked up sharply.
ごめんね、急に抜けちゃって。
He stared at the ground and looked deeply guilty.
あいつと話した？
少しな。
何を話したの？
俺が組長の息子だってことを知ってた。俺の両親と仕事したことがあって、その時に俺を見たんだと。
He looked away, his expressions conflicted.
知ってたのか？
あの男が高里組と仕事してるのはね。内容までは知らないけど。
俺から組に借金のことを頼んでほしいってさ。
あいつ、そんなこと言ったの？
ああ。それか昔やってた仕事をやらせてくれって。見入りがいいって言ってたな。
何それ、最低。本当にプライドのかけらもないのね。
Scolding, he beat his standing.
本当、最低の父親なのよ。早く死ねばいいのにっていつも思ってた。でも
He exhaled, and a self-deprecating smile crept up on his lips.
不思議よね。じゃあ本当に死んでもいいのかって言われたら、いいって思ってるはずなのに、よくわからなくなるの。今はもう自分の気持ちもわからなくて、あいつのことが大嫌いで会いたくないってことだけははっきりしてるんだけど、それでもやっぱりよくわからない。うまく考えがまとまらない。これが血がつながってるってことなのかな。だとしたらこんな血いらないのに。
Muttering under his breath, he fixed me with a melancholy look, his lips curled in a pained smile.
今日はもう帰るね。タクにも謝っておいてくれる？せっかくいろいろ気を使ってくれたのにごめんねって。トアも来てほしいって頼んだのは私なのに逃げちゃってごめん。でも ありがとう。
Then he turned and walked off without another word. Man. What a depressing note to end that part. Okay. The next day, Ray called out from work yet again. When Taco came to wake me up in the morning, I told him about what happened yesterday. Taco listened to the whole thing, then let out a frustrated sigh.
聞けば聞くほどつくづくどうしようもない親父だな。それに結局レイは本人と会わなかったのか。なかなか難しいもんだ。
レイの父親が言ってた俺の両親とやってた仕事のこと何か知らないか？
Taco first met me when I was a kid, so I figured he knew about my parents too. I knew he probably wouldn't have all the details, but wanted to ask anyway. He found his brow, averted his gaze, and put a hand to his chin in contemplation.
高里組を介して儲かる仕事なんてどう考えても綺麗な話じゃないだろうな。具体的なことまではわからんが、どちらにしろそんなことをお前が高里組に頼んだとしても向こうが信用するわけがない。しかし他力本願な上に反省もしないとなると相当厄介だな。
He shook his head sadly, then suddenly glazed over at the clock on the wall.
お、そろそろ時間だ。支度したら降りてこいよ。
With that, he left the room. After that, I finished my afternoon work shift like usual. Then once it came time for the night shift, Arata and Honami showed up. In the staff room, I asked them about Ray, but neither of them knew where he was. Back at my apartment, I changed clothes and decided to go to Roost. Exploration part. Okay. This is where I thought we were when I opened the guide earlier. This is where I thought we were. Oh, hi. Taco?
Oh.
Oh, it's you, Towa. Shouldn't you be at work or are you on a break?
そうだな。
Yeah, I'm on break. We don't have any patients today, so I thought I would step outside for a change of pace. Oh, hi, jumping. Any side endings today? I don't know if we are going to reach to the moment in which we can choose the bad ending. I'm not sure. I don't remember how long the route is. At least from where we are, it should take at least 1 or 2 hours to reach to that part, so we will see. If the house is silent, maybe. If the house is silent. So, did something happen? You know Onayama-san, woman in her early 50s with a chronic illness but otherwise really healthy? She had always bring little treats to the clinic, and she was friendly with Ray and Junko and all of them. Well, she passed away. Got a call from her family just now. We're getting her chronic illness under control, and I was convinced he had plenty of years left, but boom, her attack out of nowhere. Maybe weird for me to say this on as her physician, but I just can't believe it.
Negative.
Headhunt, you guys have fun. Okay, thanks for passing by, GMP. Everybody dies at some point, it's just a matter of when. Well, yeah, I get that, but... Sorry, I shouldn't have brought this out with you. Okay! It's fine. Death is tragic. Whether it's an animal or a human being, it never grows and will never grow up to it.
そうか。
Anyway, I should get going. Alright. Move. Avaroali. What the... Thomas-san, good evening. Talk.
Yo.
This is not place for you to be, my friend.
いやいや
I beg your pardon. You are here too, aren't you? What are you doing here in the depth of this particular alley? Oh, looking for hookups.
違う。
I'm just wondering. What about you? Killing time, that's all. I'm meeting up with someone a little later. Towa-san, can I ask you something? Sure. I was just texting a friend of mine and I started wondering, is there anything you absolutely cannot eat under any circumstances?
ポジティブに。
Well, I try to avoid any sweet beans where possible.
ということは
You mean azuki beans? Yeah. Well, I never would have guessed that azuki beans were your kryptonite. Well, I know you don't generally eat a lot of dessert food.
別に。
I don't eat dessert in general. I just don't actively seek it out. I see. Incidentally, I can eat pickles myself.
そうか。
I just can't. Okay. That was a fun little bit of Towa-san's trivia. Well worth my time, I will say. He is everywhere. He is. That's why he's one of my faves. One of my favorite characters from the game that is not, you know, the main cast. Nightlife District.
とはじゃねえか。
Oh, hey Towa, it is you. Hi.
おう。
Never thought I would see you here.
別に。
Me, it's more of a surprise to see you here. That's not true. I like to walk around and slap a little mountain back into some of these lazy sloths. Okay. Lately, more and more women have been entering this line of work. Used to be... you have been... You could have to search far and wide, but now they are everywhere you look. All different types, I tell you. Creates a lot of more hassle on my end. Stealing from the cash register, eloping with clients, seducing other employees. Shouldn't this be sleeping? Or is it a word I don't know? Probably it's a word I don't know. You get the picture. But that's all kiddie stuff. The other day we had a girl who lost her marbles and tried to force her client into lovers' suicide in the middle of the damn workday. It's like marrying and running off with. Ah, okay. What are your thoughts on all of that? Positive.
ポジティブに。どうかな。
These problems aren't exactly exclusive to women. You don't think so? Well, I suppose not.
いいか。
For every action, there is always an explanation.
そうか。
And I don't understand, but I'm trying to run a business here. I'm not a doctor or a school concert. I can't sit around and listen all day.
なんてな。
Frankly, I'm trying to avoid any and all needless hassle. Okay. Taimas. Is it going to be open at this time? It is. Igarashi, he's also one of my faves. Poor little bean. He doesn't know what he's into. Oh, Towa-san, hi. Are you here to buy snacks?
あ
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know you bought snacks. I kinda figured you didn't like them. I have been coming here for years and years. It's a tradition. I didn't know that. So tell me, which are your favorites? Positive.
ポジティブに。特には。
All of them. I just buy stuff as random. What, really?
気になるっすね
Or just process like, I wanna see you in action. Like this. I guess he just goes around and pick up balance. What do you mean? What does that even mean? Wow, so you really just walk and grab a handful of whatever, but are you really going to buy that much?
よし。あとは
I usually give most of it to Ray. That makes sense. What does it even mean? Move. Hakoita Street. Rows of high-rise buildings on a clean polished street. Welcome to Hakoita Street on District C. Located at the center of the city, District C is home to all Sincomi's government buildings. Those blessed with wealth choose to live here. The street is lined with ultramodern high-rise office buildings. During the day, office workers flood the sidewalks, but at night there is next to no foot traffic. So quiet is night unrecognizable as part of Sincomi. Non-believable. I just like their general vibe. Travel west down the main street and you will find an upper-class residential area with luxurious condos and single-family homes. This district contains Sincomi's Cathedral, the Sincomi General Hospital, and a few other facilities you won't find anywhere else. Cross Hakoita Street and head east, and you will reach Takasato headquarters and estate. District C may have a comparatively better economy and lower crime rates, but it's also the base of operation of the local Yakuza, for the local Yakuza. Ah, it's him. Why he sounds so depressed always? You again? Yeah. Did you know 2 days ago the Takasato office was attacked? And I hear they did a lot of damage too. Several deaths, though all the executives, I guess, are alive. Apparently they received a phone call warning them in advance. Still no word about the culprit. But I guess you already knew about it. The thing's only getting worse. More and more people are sleeping on the streets or living paycheck to paycheck. But some districts are different. District B casinos resort are full of rich people, and District 6 upper-class residential areas are prospering. Meanwhile, District E is full of poverty and crime. The gap is insane. Basic forms of body art are starting to become trendy. I hear you can get it all done within a day. Simple and affordable, but not all body artists have skill or good intentions. Pick the wrong one and you are headed for the hospital. Just be sure to do your research ahead of time. Did you know, rumor has it, there are secret prize fights sponsored by the Takasato Gumi. The spectators place their bets while the competitors took it out. The winner gets prize money, but the loser... Thing is, it's not clear where these fights are being held or if they even exist. The Takasato Gumi is clearly a dangerous organization. There is a lot of goes on behind the scenes. Predatory loans and arms trafficking, assassination, police corruption, not to mention the child trafficking, serious shit. But no one in this town dares to complain, do they? At the end of the day, this is anarchy. Just Lanori spreading info. I mean, we know from another conversation that he is trying to look for AG, so maybe he has to do something with that. I don't know. The only thing I know for sure is that he likes investigating around, even though in the city probably that can get him killed. But he chose to do so regardless. And now we go to Roost. Yes. Exploration is over.
トワ君、久しぶりだね。
When I walked to the counter and sat down, the manager struck up a conversation.
何にする？
お任せで。
It's going to be whiskey. He swiftly grabbed a glass and filled it with ice and whiskey. Yes. The only different drink he ever got was in like the first chapter with the queen. That's it.
どうぞ。
どうも。
I took the glass and had a sip.
嫌なことは続くって言うけど、最近は本当にいろいろ起こるね。レイ君も店をずっと休んでるし、連絡も取れないしで。
You want Anton está borracho? I think so, yeah. He get whiskey everywhere. I guess it's just like his favorite drink.
こっちも休んでるのか。
うん。だから、レイ君にボディアートを頼みたいって話もちょこちょこ来てるんだけど、断るしかなくてね。
Normally the manager maintained a perfect poker face, but today his eyebrows dropped slightly.
レイ君のこと少し聞いたけど、難しいよね。お金の問題って。他人を助けてあげられるほど、みんな裕福じゃないからね。
そうだな。
After I drank about half my whiskey, I looked over at him with a question on my mind.
店長。
ん？
マネーマッチって知ってるか？
ああ、うん。少しだけ聞いたことがあるよ。どこかでお金をかけるデスマッチが開催されていて、殺し合いを娯楽として楽しんでるって。
But I love that stereotype in which the bartender of any city is always the one that knows all the information.
本当かどうかは知らないけど、高里組ならやっててもおかしくないとは思ったな。でも、急にどうしたの？トワ君がそんなことを聞いてくるなんて珍しいね。
I looked down at my hands for a moment of contemplation.
もしかしてレイ君のこと？
I looked up at him wordlessly. It took my silence for a yes, and his sorrow deepened.
そんな。
I signed as read the contents of my glass.
可能性があるってだけだ。まだわからない。
When I work as one for a vida again, I see. I guess people just don't care. Because I guess they assume that the bartender will eventually forget, so they just don't mind. I see. It's just a possibility we don't know for sure yet. Okay.
でも、莫大な借金を返すためには十分にあり得る話だよね。レイ君はデスマッチ慣れもしてるし。
He paused, rumiant. I don't know why today I'm even worse at reading that user. Rumianting.
トワ君、僕ね、たまにレイ君って自殺願望があるんじゃないかって思う時があるんだよ。
自殺願望？
He nodded.
レイ君の趣味はボディアートとデスマッチでしょ。ボディアートに関しては他人の体に対する創作の価値は見出しているようだけど、自分の体にはないって言ってる。デスマッチも楽しんでるみたいだけど、ひどい怪我をしてくる時もあるし。そんなレイ君を見ていると、なんとなく自分の体を嫌ってるんじゃないかって感じることがあるんだ。だから極限まで追い込まれてしまったらスルッと死んじゃいそうでね。トワ君、これは僕のおせっかいでしかないんだけど、レイ君の絵を描いてみてくれないかな。
レイの絵を？
トワ君は相手と向き合って心の奥にあるものを絵に描き出すんだよね。 身近な存在だからこそできること、できないこと、気づくこと、気づかないこと、そういうものってたくさんあると思うんだ。
I can't. I get God in the man. Don't take that long to speak. I didn't respond. Instead, I scrutinized the amber liquid in my glass.
まあこれはちょっとした提案みたいなものだから、気が向いたら考えてみてよ。
あ
I answered calmly, then grabbed my drink and downed the rest. After I talked with the manager, I lit a cigarette and thought about Ray. Admittedly, I had sketched him a few times now, and I was vaguely interested in painting him. His last euphoric episode didn't work out, but maybe now he could offer me something spectacular. To that end, I needed to find out where he was. I just did or something. Maybe, I don't know. I pulled out my cell phone and decided to give Sakaki a call. First, I was going to ask about the money matches. I pulled up his address. I pulled up his address book entry and hit the call button.
ドアか、どうした？
聞きたいことがあるんだけど。
I drink now. Hopefully we'll be better. Don't think so. But maybe.
なんだ？
レイはマネーマッチに出てるのか？
At this, the manager stopped cleaning glasses and looked at me.
ちょうど俺もお前に話があったんだ。今から事務所に来られるか？
ああ。
それじゃあ来てくれ。待ってるぞ。
店長、会計。
After my phone call, I crashed my cigarette in the ashtray and rose to my feet. Then I paid my tab at the register at the end of the counter.
トワ君、気をつけてね。
He called out to me in a quiet voice as I made my way to the door.
あ。
I can hear them speaking. Hopefully, this time it won't pick up on the mic. Hopefully. I nodded over my shoulder and walked out. Arriving at Takasato headquarters in District C, I walked in, approached the door to Sakaki's study, and knocked loudly.
入れ。
I opened the door and walked in to find him seated in the leather chair behind his massive desk. Hi! Hello! Beside him stood a man in glasses and a suit.
わざわざ来てもらって悪いな。
Sakaki straightened up in his chair. Smiling, he rested both arms on the desk.
話って。
まずはお前自身の話だ。親父の遺産についてなんだが、どうする？
いらない。
I answered immediately, and his smile stiffened.
お前な、せめて考える素振りくらい見せたらどうなんだ。
考えるまでもない。
まあ、そういうだろうとは思ってたが。
He scrutinised my face like he was looking for something, then let out a sigh of defeat.
それじゃあ、せめて親父に線香を備えるくらいはしてくれ。
断る。
He shook his head at my stubbornness, then leaned back in his chair.
一応、息子であるお前の意思の確認が必要だったんだ。よくわかったよ。
He doesn't care. I thought it was very obvious.
そっちの話はこれで終わりか。
さあ、焦るな。まだある。例の泉のせがれのことだ。
I looked at him expectantly.
あいつも難儀だな。あんなクズの父親のためにわざわざ。
レイの父親は昔 高里組で仕事をしてたらしいな。俺の両親と。
I cut in and his eyes narrowed.
その話誰から聞いた？
本人からだ。
あんな野郎ペラペラ喋りやがって。まあ聞いちまったんなら隠しても仕方がないな。確かにうちで仕事してたよ。
仕事の内容は？
He looked at me with a level of content he normally never could.
内容までは別にいいだろう。
金を返すためにまたその仕事をやりたいから俺から頼んでくれって言われたんだ。
あのクソ野郎、本当にどうしようもねえな。
Sakaki gritted his teeth bitterly. Beside him, the guy in glasses remaining as quiet as a statue.
まあいい。絶対誰にも言うなよ。
分かってる。
もうお前も十分に分かってるとは思うが、泉は最低のろくでなしだ。だから普通は危なくて手出さないような仕事も報酬に目がくらんでやらせてくれって乗ってきたんだよ。それに親父とお前のおふくろさんの名誉のために言っておくが、二人は泉の仕事自体にはほとんど関わってねえ。下っ端の汚れ仕事だからな。でだ、何の仕事をやってたかというと、人身売買だよ。子供の。
Yep. And he was so eager to get the job back. Ugh.
さっきも言ったが、汚れ仕事だ。危なくなったらいつでも切り捨てられるようなやつにしかやらせねえんだよ。子供絡みの仕事は罪悪感で心を病むやつが出てくるんだが、泉は平然としてたな。
They were right. Ugh.
あいつ自分の息子も都合のいい道具くらいにしか思ってないんだろう。他にはお前の母親が経営してた店の仕事も少し手伝ってたはずだ。そっちは従業員のスカウトだが、泉が言ってる身入りのいい仕事ってのは人身売買の方だろうな。
母親は何の店をやってたんだ？
まあ高級クラブみたいなもんだよ。
He paused to make a show of shifting in his chair, then looked back at me.
で、なんだ、泉のせがれがマネーマッチに出てるかって？
ああ。
マネーマッチのことは誰から聞いた？本人か？
噂だ。
I spoke really to avoid nursing on Aegis and Roost manager.
そうか。まあ隠しきれってなかなか難しいもんだからな。今みたいなネット社会じゃ特にな。
He exhaled, then continued after a bit.
泉のせがれはマネーマッチに出てるぞ。
Sorry enough. I was expecting this answer, so it didn't especially surprise me.
それはレイが出場を望んだのか？
I don't think so.
ああ、
What? Wait.
本人の希望だ。今のところ2戦やって2戦とも勝ってる。
I mean, I don't think he
大した
will
もんだよ。
agree. Like, we know that he was told, you either do this or we kill your father. So it's not like he agreed to it in that sense. Is a space for money? Yeah. I mean, 3,000 million. A lot of money.
デスマッチじゃ結構強いってんで有名だったんだろ？マネーマッチは負けたら終わりだが、勝てば賞金が出るからな。このまま勝ち続ければ、いずれ借金も返せるだろうな。
300 million. Yeah. As he spoke, he glanced at his wristwatch.
ちょうど今夜11時から泉のせがれが参加する試合があるんだが、一緒に見に行くか？友達が命を懸けて戦ってるんだ。 一度は見ておいた方がいい。
取りやめにはできないのか？
Stop cutting them me with the sentence.
取りやめ？
He raised his eyebrows dramatically.
さすがにそれは無理だな。何よりも泉のせがれが嫌がるんじゃねえか。借金が返さなくなるからな。
2 million euros. Yeah, a whole load of money. Working a normal 9 to 5, chances were high he will spend his whole life trying to pay off that 300 million. So it wasn't surprising that he would pick a high-risk, high-return option instead. Then the manager's words echoed in the back of my mind. Ray might be suicidal. He might put himself too far one of these days. If I didn't take action, it might really happen.
で、どうするんだ？試合を見るのか見ないのか。
After a moment of silence, I replied.
行くよ。
それじゃあ夜の10時半に事務所の前まで来てくれ。
わかった。
With that curt response, I left the room. As I was walking down the street, I pulled out my phone and called Ray. The phone rang and rang and rang until Ray finally answered. I could hear his faint, harsh voice.
マネーマッチの参加をやめろ。
He was now utterly panicked.
私がマネーマッチに出てるってどうして知ってるの？誰かから聞いたの？
榊だ。
そう。
He let out a sign of defeat.
ごめんね。やめることはできないの。借金が返せなくなるから。
負けたら借金どころじゃないだろ。
とは心配してくれてるの。負けたら私が死んじゃうから。
I fell silent, then heard a giggle in the other end of the line.
冗談よ。とわはそういうの気にしないものね。わかってるわ。
もったいないだろ。何も言わずに死ぬなら俺に全部吐き出してから死ねよ。それが絵のモチーフになる。
I guess it's his way of showing compassion.
私のこと書いてくれるの？
デスマッチで戦ってる時のお前は何回か書いてる。
嘘。前から。そうなんだ。知らなかった。嬉しい。
落書きだけどな。
落書きでも嬉しい。ありがとう。とは。
He sounded overjoyed.
マネーマッチをやめることはできないけど、私勝つね。とわにもっと書いてもらうために勝つから。
ああ。
電話ありがとう。すごく本当に嬉しかった。それじゃまたね。
But it's to benefit someone else. Yeah. After the call ended, I just stared down at my phone for a long time. Deep down, I knew Ray wouldn't listen to me about the money matches, so really, I wasn't that surprised. But I didn't tell him I was committed to see his match tonight. If he was that committed to it, then I wanted to see the proof. How would he fight, knowing his life was on the line? I couldn't wait to find out. Not healthy, but smart, maybe. That night at 10:30, I met up with Sakaki outside of the Takasato office. Then we got in his car and head to the casino. We parked in the parking lot in the floor B3, then boarded the elevator. Sakagi had 2 crooners with him. One of them inserted a keycard into a panel below the floor buttons, then pressed P1.
地下1階と地下2階は一般客が入れないようになってるんだ。
Sakagi stood in the center of the elevator as it began to move.
ごく一部しか知らねえ秘密の遊びの方が金をかける側も盛り上がるだろう。
The elevator quickly stopped at floor B1, and the doors opened. No, quietly, not quickly, quietly. What appeared before me was a long, drag passway illuminated by cold fluorescent lights.
ここは従業員や参加者が移動するための通路だ。表から客席を回っていくよりこっちからの方が近道だな。
参加者？
マネーマッチの参加者だよ。
With a thin smile, Sakaki set off down the corridor, and I followed after him. As we walked, I spotted some doors here and there, including a set of black double doors at the very end of the pathway. The crooners walked up and opened them for us. Very fancy place. Instantly, a wave of densely stagnant air engulfs me. Engulfs me. What lay before me was a dome stadium. In the center was what looked like a circular stage with metal fencing around the edge. Giant monitors were affixed near the ceiling. The spectator seats were almost completely full. Spotlights shone down from ceiling onto the stage. We stood on a balcony setting out over the highest level of the lectures? Not sure if I would call this fancy. I mean, at least it looked like a VIP lounge with plus sofas and tables. At least the area in which they are going to be staying kind of look fancy. The other part, I don't know, but at least where they are going to be watching it, it looks like it.
どうだ？なかなかのもんだろう。
Sakagi looked back at me smugly, then sat down on the sofa. I continued to stand there and observe the spectators buzzing like bees. Upon further inspection, I realized most of the guests were wearing classy suits or dresses, unbefitting of the sports stadium.
マネーマッチは莫大な金をかける娯楽だ。つまり金がなきゃこの場所には入ることもできねえ。金持ちだま金が有り余ってるせいか普通の娯楽に飽きてるやつが多い。ありとあらゆるものを遊び尽くしてより刺激的で派手な遊びがないか常に求めてる。だからマネーマッチはブルジョワに人気があるんだよ。金を出して殺し合いをのんびり眺めよってんだから狂った話だよな。
Just then, a low buzzer echoed through the stadium. The main light dimmed, and a bright spotlight lit up to the center of the stage. Then finally 2 men appeared at the edge of the stage, and cheers rose out from the audience. The combat's names and faces appeared on the giant monitors. First, the challenger, the reigning champion, up. As the spectators excited reached a boiling point, the 2 entrants faced off on stage. Then the countdown started at the number 10 up, and the number 10 appeared on the monitor. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Starting at 5, the audience began to count down loudly, and when they hit 0, the 2 fighters sprang to action. In the death matches, I have watched this far. Ray always paused to evaluate his opponent's movement before charging in, but this time was very different. Baring his gritted teeth like a savage animal, he lunged at the other fighter. The challenger jumped backwards to dodge, but Ray followed up with a second punch that slammed into his jaw. The challenger staggered backwards, but quickly steadied himself. Still, Ray didn't waste the opportunity. He closed in and punched him 3 more times with alternating fists. Shielding his head with his arms, the challenger threw out a punch at Ray's unguarded torso. Ray doubled over and offered a second, and for a second he fell still. The challenger saw this as his chance for a comeback. He launched. I'm trying my best to read this properly, but he launched it into an all-out offensive with punches and kicks aimed at Ray's head and shoulders. Unable to block, Ray could only stand there and endure the on-lance. The sound of cooling bones mingled with the cheers of the crowd. Meanwhile, the challenger slowly drove Ray into the ground without letting up. Then, all of a sudden, Ray went from taking his lunch to freezing like a statue. With a bellowing roar, Ray crouched down and charged full speed at his opponent. The vicious tackle threw the other fighter off balance. Then Ray slammed his knee into his opponent's chin and punched him with the cut while landing a roundhouse kick. As he delivered a barrage of punches, he looked like he was smiling. His face was swollen and covered in blood and sweat, but his lips were parted wildly, flashing his teeth. With no thread of humanity to hide behind, he wielded his brute strength like an animal, thirsting only for victory and survival. A sudden shiver ran down my spine, and a small shake left my lips. Watching him inflicting bloodshed was like the ultimate victory. No! It's not what to think about when you're seeing this. It seems so alive, far more so than during any of the best matches. And I was confident I wasn't just seeing things. Ray loved fighting and he loved these matches. So I was sure, even as he stood at death's door, that he was having the time of his life. It was akin to the way I get your pain. It was a honed blade, untouched by the tuning effects of rationality. This was a human horse spinal cord. As I gazed at him, repeated and unblinking, a distracting sound grated on my ears.
なかなか検討してるようだが、もしお前があいつを助けたいと思うなら、聞いてやらんこともないぞ。
The thrill burning inside me instantly wilted. The world around me rapidly lost its color. Only Ray, with his brightly colored smoke, stood out sharply against the scenery. But the spell was broken. The crowd's passion and energy had reached its climax. At this rate, Ray was sure to win. Togabong, yeah! Like, he's seeing his friend fighting to death and he's getting aroused, like, bro. I glanced at Sakaki, then worriedly turned on my heel.
帰るのか?
He called after me, but I ignored him and walked to the double doors.
おい、外まで連れて行け。
One of his cronies hurried over and opened a door for me. Then he followed me out. Yep. As we walked down the drab grey corridor, I kept thinking about Ray. Even though my fever flare-up had faded, the embers still smothered on my chest. The image of Ray gritting his teeth and swinging his fist with will abandon was burnt into my brain. All of a sudden, I felt a powerful impulse. I wanted to paint him. Barely suppressing my spasmodic fist of excitement, I walked across the Loki, that's cute. He's like, Loki, that's kind of cute. Cute. If I took that right, he got so excited that his fists were kind of shaking a bit, something like that. If I understood that correctly. Like, I wanted to paint him and he's so excited about it that his face is like trembling a bit. If I understood that right, Loki, just a tiny bit, okay? In the Towa way. Back at my apartment and sat on the sofa and started sketching. And skip it all, like, to the right. I mean, coming from Towa, this is the most I can ask for, okay? Let me be. After I filled about 20 pages of my sketchpad, I stopped and checked my phone. It was 1 a.m. Ray was probably back at home by now. Assuming he won, that is. I tossed my sketchpad onto the coffee table, grabbed my phone, and called his number. The phone rang for a lot longer than usual. He didn't seem to be picking up, so I ended the call, then rose to my feet, pulled on my coat, and left. I decided to go to Ray's place in person. Had he won his match, or... I didn't want to find out through Sakaki. Okay. Right, it's on the limit of the map. Yes. Oh shit, this is gonna be long. Okay. Under the frozen black sky, I arrived at Ray's condo building, cigarette between my lips. I passed through the lobby and boarded the elevator. Then I got off the 6th floor and walked to 606. I rang the doorbell. No response. Next, I tried knocking, but no dice. I pressed my ear to the door and listened carefully. I could hear some sort of faint sounds coming from inside. Ray had to be in there, hiding like last time. So I decided to take matters into my own hands. I grabbed the doorknob and rattled it around loudly. The grating sound echoed down the quiet hall. Next, I spammed the doorbell. How to get in if the person is not going to notice me being a pain in the ass.
Oi, いるんだろ、レイ。
What I was doing was a textbook harassment, but it was especially effective on the conspicuous type. This one, yeah. As I carried on making, it's so funny. On making other stomachs, the neighboring doors opened a crack, and a middle-aged woman squinted at me suspiciously, but that didn't stop me. After a few minutes, I finally hear Ray's door unlock. Then it opened halfway, and I locked eyes with a very grumpy Ray. Immediately, I realized he must have won his match.
ご近所の迷惑になるでしょう。
His thumb. Mommy quietly, he leaned away from the door, and I promptly walked in. The entryway lights were off, but I could see lights standing in from the other door leading to the living room. As soon as Ray entered the living room, he sat on the sofa and buried his face on his hands. I simply stood in front of him until he lowered his hands and looked at me. He had fresh injuries on his face, including some still bleeding cuts. There were dark purple bruises all over, and his eyes, cheeks, and jaw. All over on his eyes, cheeks, and jaw. It almost looked like special effects makeup. Welcome back, Jim P. Not only that, but his smile has changed to a fierce reddish purple color.
どうしたの？
He spoke in a low, flat, harsh voice.
勝ったんだな。
Staring at the floor, he nodded slightly.
ええ。
なのに負けたような顔してる。
There came a small sign, and a pensive silence followed.
勝っても負けてもマネーマッチは必ず命が消えるのよ。私が勝てば相手が死ぬ。殺さなければ殺される。勝ったってことは殺したことと同じ。そんなことを何度も繰り返してると頭がおかしくなりそうになる。勝った分負けた人の命を奪ってるのよ。そんなのあまりにもひどすぎた。
Try to think how the bad ending of this route may play out. His voice petered out, and he buried his face in his hands once more.
私は人を殺してる。だから今ここにいるの。
His voice was watering, and his hands were stiff and shaky. I crouched down to put myself at his eye level.
おい。こっち見ろ。
When I called to him, he lowered his hands. Then he looked at me, his face covered in cuts and bruises, his eyes filled with tears. I gazed deeply into those eyes and said,
全部話せ。何もかも話せ。
何もかも。
Let's go! Still not the bad ending. I think we are here, which means we are close, but not just yet. You can expect me to do that. Just leave me alone.
ネガティブ。本当に？
Is that how you really feel? Something.
ああ。
Something bad happened?
無理なのよ。
It doesn't matter. Please, for now, just go home.
ポジティブ。分かってる。
Only once you have calmed down. Not much.
お前は？
Are you really that angry about it? Why?
何を？
What does it matter to you?
ああ。なあ。
You sure you want me to go home? Yeah. Why did you come here? Oh, I remember. You want to pay me or something. That's why you want to talk to... You want me to talk to you. I'm scared.
ネガティブ。そうだ。
Yeah,
そう。
I see. There's always an explanation.
レイ。
Don't you want me to explain what made me decide to paint you? Right now, I can't be bothered to care.
も
But you are honestly so selfish.
Negative. どうも。
Always has been.
あ
Yeah, you're right. I remember
あ聞いて
the astronaut always has been meme when he said that this is fine. Please just go home. Otherwise, I don't know what I might do to you. To positive.
ポジティブ。お前が望むなら
I don't care.
ドアは
Towa, why? No can do.
ああ俺は
I just can. I can just go home.
構わないで
Why? Okay. I just.
よしレイ
Come on.
本当にごめんわからない
Right now, I honestly don't even know what I'm thinking.
まだ見えない傷がある
Money matches.
マネーマッチマネーマッチいつからだ
榊に初めて呼び出された後からよ
It wasn't this bad in the previous ending. I think it's because otherwise Rei will refuse to speak. I have that feeling.
もっとだ
Taku looked slightly more open to dialogue, or like he really wanted to speak about it, but really couldn't.
例えば
While for Rei, it's like he just doesn't want to be a bother to anyone, so he will refuse to speak. So you kind of have to force it out of him, I feel. Probably you have the option to quit.
それはできないわ
I can't do that. It's too late now. I.
ネガティブなぜだ
You might lose next time.
そうよ
Yeah, I'm prepared for that. Is it the right thing to do?
ああ本当か
You sure you want to?
だとしても
Do you really have to go this far for your city back?
ポジティブそれじゃダメだ
You're not gonna last that much longer. You're already on your last legs.
ごめんね
You're worried
あ
about
りがとう
me? I'm sorry. I really appreciate it.
よしよく聞け
You sure you can't?
ドア
Yeah. No can do.
ああそうか
I can't comprehend it.
わからないか
I know.
じゃあ
Music is great. Yeah, I really like the song that plays in the interrogation part. Is it because his family?
ネガティブ間違いだ
Even if you pay off this debt, he will just create another one.
そうね
You're probably right about that.
そうか
So you don't care if you die?
え
まだあるはずだ
No. This.
人身売買榊からお前の父親がどういう仕事をしていたのかを聞いた人身売買をやってたらしいな
知ってるわ私も榊から聞いたものそういうことも聞いたからマネーマッチに参加するって決めたのよもし私がマネーマッチに出ないならまたあの男に仕事をさせるって言ってたし それは絶対にダメだと思ったの。あの男のためじゃなくて、そんな仕事自体なくした方がいいんだから。
榊はお前がそう言うと踏んで条件を提示したんだろうな。レイを追い詰めてるのは。
なんてことなの。
Welp. Ah. Ray talked like he was holding something back. Then he jumped up and punched the wall with both fists. You are going to get a complaint from the neighbors. Stop. Slowly but surely, a faint red smear appeared over the white paint. Stop! After a few more punches, his hands fell limply to his side, dripping blood as his shoulders heaved.
つくづく自分のバカさ加減に腹が立つわ。あのクソ親父、やっぱり最低のクソ野郎だったんじゃないの。私一体何のために。
He collapsed weakly, his voice faint and muffled. Sweat dropped from his face as he sat and stared out at the floor.
あいつはね、私が同性しか愛せないって知ったとき、お前は死んだも同然だって怒鳴ったの。男を好きになるようなやつは男じゃない。女だって。お前は男として死んでるんだって。私、子供の頃からずっと女の子みたいに可愛いって言われてきて。両親が、特にお母さんが嬉しそうにしてたから、それがなんだか誇らしくて、いつも女の子みたいな気持ちでいたの。だから女の子より男の子の方が好きなのかもって気づいた時も、おかしいことじゃないのかなって思ってた。でも実際はそうじゃなかった。男が男を好きになることは異常だって。お前は男じゃないってあいつに怒鳴られて。私は男じゃないんだって。だったら女として生きなきゃいけないんだって思ったの。それからはもうあの男とは同じ家にいながら絶縁状態だった。って言ってもあいつはほとんど家にいなかったから顔を合わせることはそんなになかったんだけどね。
Sniffing his sack, twisted himself.
あいつはもともとギャンブル好きで放浪癖があって、1週間くらい家を空けることもしょっちゅうだった。それが原因で母親と離婚してるの。母親が家を出て行って、私はあいつのもとに取り残されて。それでも高校までは普通に見えるように頑張ったのよ。普通っていうのが何なのかはよくわからなかったけど、とにかく同性の子と同じように振る舞って変だって思われないように言葉遣いにも気をつけたわ。
I wanna give him a hug.
でも高校を卒業したら自然と今みたいな感じになったの。多分あいつに男であることを否定された時に私の中で何かが変わったのね。その時はこれでいいんだって思った。自分が男じゃなく女だってことを受け入れることができたんだと思ってた。なのに本当はそうじゃなかったみたい。喧嘩で初めて人を殴った時に感じたの。 なんて気持ちいいんだって。骨と骨のぶつかる音や肉を殴る感触が本当に楽しくって、自分でもおかしいと思ったけどやめられなくて、それで気づいたの。もしかしたら私の中でずっと押さえつけてた男の部分が暴力を振るうことで出てきたんじゃないかって。男の部分を押さえつけることで本当は鬱憤みたいなものが溜まり続けていて、それを喧嘩で初めて発散することができたんじゃないかって。長いこと自分は女だと思って生きてきたからすぐには変えられないけど、私やっぱり男なのよ。だから集団暴行事件に巻き込まれた時は本当にショックだった。あの男に父親にずっと否定されて生きてきたから、誰かにねじ伏せられることが怖くて嫌でたまらなくて、あいつのことを思い出してとにかくショックで、本当に私をこんな風にしたあいつが大嫌い。会いたくないし顔も見たくない。大嫌い大嫌い大嫌いなの。
Shouting, Raid pounded the floor with his bloody fist as tears fell from his face. Man. Incredible Vision World, yeah, I know. The word, yeah, I know. I understand what you mean. It's so good. Poor baby. I walked over to him, crouching down, and looked directly into his eyes.
今日の試合、客席で見てた。
His eyes widened in shock.
え？嘘。なんで？
榊に誘われたんだよ。
そうだったの。
His emotion seemed to evaporate all of a sudden, and he snapped over.
今日、初めてお前に浴場した。
Okay.
え
Roy Slow lifted his head and looked at me. His expression was dumbfounded, like he had no idea what I just said.
多分、俺とお前は少し似てる。殴り合ってる時のお前を見て興奮する。
I don't even know what to say. Sometimes it's like, whatever you say, dude.
デスマッチよりも命をかけたマネーマッチを楽しんでるように俺には見えた。命をかけることへの恐怖と快楽、お前の中で起きてる矛盾が俺のモチーフになる。
He stared at me with his mouth for a moment, then his lips curled in a half smirk.
すっごく複雑な気分よ。喜びたい気持ちと喜んでいいのかわからない気持ち。今も矛盾してるわ。
With that, he quietly averted his gaze.
ねえ、とは。私とあんたが似てるって言うなら教えてほしい。命が失われるかもしれない状況でどうしてそれを楽しむことができるの？私は戦っている瞬間は楽しめても我に返ると罪悪感に押しつぶされそうになる。トワはどうなの？ユーフォリアが終わった後後悔することはあるの？自分と相手を限界まで傷つけてどうしてそれを楽しいと言えるの？
ないな。
Ay, sorry, Ray, I keep cutting you. Ya no dije nada. No te upon me. Honestly, deserve.
即答なのね。それはどうして？
自分がいつ死んでもいいからだ。
I want to reply, but later. I gaze fleetingly into his eyes as I continue.
俺はユーフォリアで相手に殺されても構わない。それがお互いに求めた結果ならな。
双方合意の上なら死んでも構わないってこと？
ああ、お互いに死ぬ気でやらなきゃ本当の快楽なんて味わえないだろう。
そっか。
He lit up a breath.
私とトアンが違うのは死を恐れているかどうかってことなのね。
かもな。
せっかく似てるって言ってもらったけど、私はトアみたいにはなれないわ。でも
He looked at me with tiny happy smile. With a tiny happy smile. This music is insane. It. I mean, it's a very different vibe from the usual, but I think it fits.
さっきのは嬉しかった。殴り合ってる時の男の私に浴場するって言ってくれたこと。なんていうか、本当の私を見てくれてるみたいで。単にそういう私がトアの趣味にあっただけなのかもしれないけど、だとしても嬉しいし、都合よく解釈しようと思うわ。でも
Fair enough. A mischievous smile crept out on his face.
トアにとって普段の私はどうなの？ダメってことなの？
普段はおせっかいで口うるさいな。
ちょっとそれひどくない？
He patted his lid, but only lasted a moment before giggling.
話したら少し楽になった。
Murmuring to himself, he slowly ungritted his bloody fist. Suddenly, I took his hand and pressed those scarlet knuckles to my lips. He flinched and looked at me in alarm, but he didn't try to pull away. Slowly, I lowered his hands and straightened up.
今のは
別に。
He looked at me, his eyes faintly danced. Then he pursed his lid with determination.
決めた。今からデスマッチに行くわ。
今から。
I squinted at him dubiously, and he grinned.
結局ね、気楽に楽しめるのはデスマッチなの。もうずっと行ってないから久しぶりに行こうかなって。
試合があったのに疲れてるんじゃないのか？
うん。でも今行きたいの。
His smile carried a hint of shyness.
だからトア、一緒に来てね。
I think it was just a simple kiss, though. So we hop onto his motorcycle and head to the deathmatch area. After we parked and crossed over the boundary on foot, Ray squinted around at our surroundings.
来なくなってからまだ少ししか経ってないのに、なんだかすごく久しぶりな感じがするわ。変なの。 別にデスマッチエリアが特別好きってわけじゃないのに、こんな気分になるなんてね。
He smiled bitterly. As we headed in deeper, I sensed a commotion up ahead, where a group of men had gathered. Ray's pace quickened. Was he going to challenge them to a match? But then he stopped short. As he stared dazzled into the distance, I realized he was looking at his friends. Junko, Honami, and Arata all froze and looked back at him.
やだレイじゃない
Junko's squeal triggered a chain reaction, and they all came running over.
レイ、大丈夫なの？
レイ会いたかったわよっていうかその顔何があったの
They all surrounded him, showered him in questions. Baffled and flattered, Ray smiled and looked around at them.
みんなごめんね、心配かけて。
とっても心配したし今も心配よその怪我どうしたのよ
純子元気になったのね。よかった。
私のことはいいから
Fanning his brown, Ray slowly exhaled like he was trying not to cry.
みんな本当にごめんなさい。今の私の状況説明させてくれる？
The trio nodded. Don't let anything bad happen to them, please. And so Ray told them about his father, the debt, and the money matches, all without losing his cool. After he was done, the others stared at him blankly for a while. Then they exchanged looks.
実はね私と純子が村瀬先生のところへ行った時にレイのお父さんが来ていて話を聞いちゃったのだから大体のことは知ってたんだけどレイの口から聞くとやっぱり辛いわ。
そうだったのね。
どうしてレイが借金なんて背負わなきゃいけないのよ本当にどうして
まさかそんなことになってたなんて。
As the trio all blinked back tears, Ray smiled weakly.
でももう起きちゃったことだから、なんとか借金を返して自由の身になるわ。
レイ
Just then, the touching moment was interrupted by speedy footsteps. Speedy footsteps. Hold on. A group of people was barring towards us from the hallway behind us. Ray and the others went around counting. Hold on, I have to mute. Sorry for that. Ray and the others went around cautiously. Sure enough, a group of men emerged at the end of the alley. There were about 20 of them. All of them were in black.
こいつら。
やあ、また会ったな。この間の借りを返させてくれよ。
The man in the hoodie snapped down his nose at us. Then something clicked in his hand, and I recognized the sharp glint of a blade. The others were wielding daggers, wrenches, and metal pipes.
そんなもの使わないと戦えないの卑怯者
なんとでも言え。こっちは勝てば何でもいいんだよ。
Smirking, the man in the hoodie waved the point of his knife back and forth.
レイ、いける。
ええ。
Ray glared at the group, then stepped forward. Likewise, the other three prepared to face off with them.
行くよ。
The muttered under his breath, then charged forward.
やれ殺せ
Shouting, the hoodie guy ran forward to meet Ray in the middle. A short distance from the vicious bloodbath, I leaned against the wall and watched Ray. For better or for worse, his money matches had honed him into an efficient fighter. He decked one guy after the next. Even when they lashed at his face, he didn't flinch. He just kept punching until they fell to the ground. And when one of them hit him with a metal pipe from behind, he simply whipped around and beat the shit of him. It was like their attacks didn't face him. Or maybe he couldn't even feel them. His canard made my body ache. Oh, he horny again.
何傍観者気取ってやがるてめえ
I was in fact just doing that. But then one of the men spotted me and came charging at me with a knife. I dodged to the side and the blade scratched a line in the musty brick wall. He slashed again, but I punched him in the neck. When he flinched, I grabbed his knife arm and twisted it around behind him. We kind of need him though. The knife fell from his hand. As I twisted his arm, I used the free hand to grab him by the hair and slammed his face into the wall. After 2 or 3 good slams, the guy went limp. I dropped his unconscious body onto the asphalt, then looked back at Ray. While I was fighting, he had taken out almost all the other men. When he finally fell still, dripping with sweat and blood, not a single one of the men in black remained standing. He hit his forehead with his arm, then snapped back to reality and looked around. Honami, Junko and Arata all stared at him, mouth agape. They had seen a completely different side of him, and now they were at loss for words. Ray seemed to realize something was off. Panting, he looked down at his feet. At this, his friend runs over.
すごいわレイなんだか別人みたいほんとよ動きがキレッキレだったわよ
また強くなったんじゃない
They all shrugged it off like it was no big deal, and Ray smiled faintly.
みんなありがとうごめんね
He looked over at me.
トアもありがとう帰ろう
As Ray set off walking, his friends followed after him, and I got moving too. He seemed to be at peace, not notable changes in his smoke, but his friends all looked a little worried. Ray's composure suggested that he had come to terms with something big, and everyone could sense that what that something was. This is like headed to a good end, almost. After we parted ways with the trio, Ray and I hopped onto his motorcycle and headed back to his place. Once we parked, we headed for the entrance.
お肉食べたいな
He said to himself as we waited for the elevator.
今から行くか
うん食べたいけど食べたくないのそのお金がもったいないし
Reconsider. Remember that he still has this problem with the fact that he doesn't want to kill people, and that was kind of a big issue, you know? Shaking his head, he shot me a quick glance, then averted his gaze. His teeth were faintly flushed, which baffled me. What did he have to be embarrassed about? Is it coming now? As I ruminated on this, the elevator arrived, and we rode it out to the 6th floor. When we arrive at 696, Raid unlock the door and walk in. Toma to death. You will see, you will see. We walk down the hall to the living room. Switched on the lights, then sat down on the sofa. I sat down across from him. Beneath the faint lights, I could see just how battered he was. He leaned back against the sofa and stretched his arms widely. His hands were swollen purple, and upon further inspection, I could see his nails were short and uneven.
爪また噛んだのか
It's a fat nail. You get what I mean. I love Ray so much, baby. He quickly balanced his hands on the fist to hide his fingers.
ちょっとね。ほんと。とあって意外と人のことよく見てるわよね。
How can you still say that? Poor Ray.
ほぼ毎日のように顔を合わせてるからな。
ほぼ毎日か。
With a conflicted smile, he looked up at the ceiling.
毎日会ってたって全然何もわからない時だってあるわよ。あいつクソ親父のことだってそう。親子の意味がないくらい私には何も見えてなかったし、あいつも私のことなんて見てなかった。
With a sad smile, he stared into empty space.
子供の頃は女の子みたいに扱われてたって話したじゃない。私のことをしつこくいじめてきたガキ大将みたいなやつがすっごく体が大きくてね。抵抗しても全然かなわなくて悔しくて、それで強くなりたいって思ってボクシングジムに通い始めたの。だんだん体力がついてきて、ある時ね、いじめてきたやつの顔を思い切って殴ったの。そうしたら相手がすっごい怯えた顔をして、私震えるくらい楽しいって思っちゃって、手がこう相手の方にめり込んで、肉が沈んで骨がゴリって当たって、相手が驚いてる感覚までビリビリ伝わってきて、それがすっごく気持ちよかったの。
He had his feet with his free hand, like he was reliving the memory all over again.
ああ、今私の一撃がこいつをひるませたんだって。これはその証明となる感触なんだって思ったら、つい気持ちいいって声に出して言っちゃったのよ。そのせいで周りからは気味悪がられたけど、いじめられなくなったわ。でももういじめとかそんなことはどうでもよかった。人を殴った時の感触をもっと味わいたくて、ジムに通って体を鍛えて、わざと治安が悪い場所に行って喧嘩したりしたわ。
He paused there to catch his breath. Then his expression clouded over.
マネーマッチはね、戦ってる時は興奮するんだけど、終わったらものすごい罪悪感に襲われるから嫌なの。今までは純粋に楽しむために戦ってたけど、マネーマッチはそうじゃないから。
He lowered his gaze to his hands and donned a smile.
いつの間にか手もこんなに傷だらけよ。
治療はしてるのか
His hands looked a little leaky in places, which made me wonder if he was doing any kind of treatment at all. Sure enough, he shook his head.
そんな気にならなくて。
タクに見せればいい。
でも
As Ray fluttered, I pulled my phone out of my coat pocket and started calling Taku.
ちょっととは。
Panicked, he rose halfway from the sofa and looked at me.
なんだ、どうした？
今どこだ？自宅か？
Judging from his tone, he was still wide awake.
レイの怪我を見てほしい。
レイ、一緒にいるのか？
ああ。
As Ray stared at me in horror, I nodded.
わかった。すぐに行くからクリニックで待ってろ。
After the phone call was over, Ray stared to Stamber.
まさか電話するなんて思わなかったわ。タク、寝てたんじゃないの？
Hold on. They are being more quiet than previous time, but still. Hold on. Okay,
い
hopefully.
や、クリニックへ行くぞ。
今から？
タクがもう向かってる。
わかった。
He nodded recurrently and gazed at me for a moment.
でも、ありがとう。
His lid curled in a half smirk.
言葉より酒かタバコの方がいいな。
それはダメ。
He stood back freely, then burst out laughing.
本当に支えられてる。
His voice was quiet, so I pretended not to hear him and rose to my feet.
行くぞ。
うん。
Steven scratched the wise. That's a way to say it. Arriving out front at the clinic, we noticed someone standing by the entrance. I couldn't tell who it was, but it wasn't Taku. Ray got off his motorcycle, stopped dubiously, and walked over. I followed suit. But after a few steps, he stopped short. It was his father. The man looked up.
レイ、
Was he planning to stay there the whole night until opening hours to see if he came by?
どこへ行ったら会えるのかわからなかったから、ここでずっと待ってたんだ。まさかこんな時間に会えるとは思わなかったがよかった。朗報があるんだ。聞いてくれ。
That one. I think I know which one are you talking about, and I feel sorry for the meme. Okay. Imagine looking similar to this dude. Smiling, he launched into a conversation. Ray didn't move a muscle, but his smoke darkened ominously.
借金がだいぶ減ったらしいんだ。お前が買ってくれたおかげだよ。その礼を言いたくてな。本当にありがとう。すまなかった。今まではお前もいろいろと思うところがあっただろうが、これを機にまた親子として新たな。
ふざけるな
Shaking like a leaf, Ray interacted with the loudest skin he could manage. He was grinning so fiercely, I half expected him to bite the guy's head off.
このまま勝ち続けて借金を返したら、それで私とあんたの関係も終わり。今度こそ本当に縁を切るわ。二度と会いたくない。二度と私の前に現れないで。
He hissed in a low voice, then stormed past his father to the green side entrance. His father stared after him. Dumbfounded, I looked at the guy, then kept walking. Rip walked up to the side door, wiped his keys out of his coat pocket, and unlocked the door. We walked in and headed down the hall into the direction of the waiting room. Taku must have heard us coming, because he peeked his head out from the exam room.
レイ、
He walked over, gritting his teeth like he was trying to hold back all his emotions. Ray averted his gaze with a guilty look on his face.
お前ずっと心配してたんだぞ。それにその顔、 もうひどいなんてもんじゃないな。
心配かけてごめんなさい。なんて言ったらいいのか。
とりあえず処置をしよ
Taku headed for the stairs, and we follow after him.
う。よし、いいぞ。
Once Ray's first aid was complete, Taku let out a breath. Due to the repeated injury, Ray's wounds kept reopening. Now his skin was discolored and scaly. Beneath the fluorescent light, he looked like he had been remodeled into a different person altogether. His handsome features were buried under layers of cuts and bruises, but to me, it afforded him a savage masculine vibe.
ありがとう。
That's what you think about? He mumbled at the floor. He seemed to avoid making eye contact with Taku, possibly out of guilt. During the first aid process, Taku had demanded an explanation for everything. Ray answered most of his questions, but whenever he felt silent, I stepped in to answer in his place. Once he was all patched up, I looked over at him.
明日もマネーマッチがあるんだな。
As Ray bit his lips, Taku frowned his brow.
明日もあるのか。
うん。
出るのか。
だって借金を返さないといけないし。
こんなことは言いたくないが、もし万が一のことがあったら。
その時はその時よ。仕方がない。
えい。
Taku's expression hardened. Ray smiled weakly at the floor without looking at him.
一応ね。あんな親でも全く恩がないわけじゃないのよ。
In the past, he mentioned that his parents had moved here back from Shinkomi when Shinkomi was new. He was born and raised here. Back then, the crime levels were nowhere near as high as they were now.
でもあの男がお金を全部ギャンブルにつぎ込んで、だんだん貧しくなっていって。それでもギャンブルをやめない父親に愛想を尽かして、母親は出て行った。私も高校を卒業してすぐに家を出て、それからはあの男と一切連絡を取ってなかった。なのに久々に現れたと思ったら借金を押し付けられて、本当に最低最悪。大嫌いだし憎んでるわ。それでも見捨てることができないの。だからね、私がマネーマッチに出るのは高里組に脅されてるっていうのもあるけど、少しだけ、ほんの少しだけあいつを助けるって気持ちもないわけじゃないのよ。
Sorry. He thought quicker as he sank in a shaky breath.
あんなやつ死んじゃえばいいって何度も思うのに不思議よね。でも借金を全部返したら今度こそ終わり。もう二度と助けないし関わらない。
He looked at Taku. Then he turned his fin gaze on me.
このマネーマッチで私自身も決着をつけるの。今の私はあいつにつけられた傷を何とか飲み込もうとした私。でも本当の自分が何を望んでるのか、どうしたかったのか、その決着をつけたいの。そのためにも戦うつもりよ。
Taku fixed Ray with a long, hard look. Then finally he shook his head in defeat.
お前自身にそこまで固い決意があるなら、俺はもう何も言わんよ。 ただ帰ってくるのをここで待ってる。それだけだ。
ありがとう。
Ray mimicked politely.
とはお前はどう思う？
勝つだろ。
Amazing response. I guess and Taco shot me a dirty look.
お前また適当に。
あの親父のためじゃなく自分のためにやるならデスマッチと同じだからな。
Taco looked at me in surprise. A weird smile crept up on his face.
つまり霊を信じてるってわけか。
In his own twisted way, yes.
どうとでも。
お前ちょっと変わったな。
トワはね、本当は昔からずっと変わってないのよ。いつも相手が本気かどうか、それを見てるだけ。
Roy smiled softly, then continued.
少しでも偽ったり逃げたりする人間には興味がないの。なんだか動物みたいよね。
動物？
本能で嗅ぎ分けてるってこと。
Yeah, you are right.
確かに
He's a
そうか
stray
もしれ
cat.
んな。
He has very strong stray cat energy. Roy and Taco exchanged a knowing grin.
本人の前で勝手に動物呼ばわりするな。
At this, their smile only grew wider. After that, Taku handed Ray a paper bag, told him he needed to eat something, then got in his car and drove off. I was instructed to escort Ray back home, so the two of us hopped on his motorcycle. I don't know for how long we are going to continue for today, because there is still some stuff left, both the good and the bad ending. No, see? Thank God. While we were stopped at a red light, Ray started talking.
疲れた。
だろうな。
That looks so bad. Okay. That looks so funny. The light changed to green and the motorcycle started rolling.
お腹すいた。
何？
I couldn't quite hear him over the whine and the roar of the engine.
お腹すいた。
That looks so funny.
何か食べればいいだろう。
But then you have your seat. He shouted over the whine at me, so I shouted back.
めんどくさい。
じゃあ好きにしろ。
Before long, Red condo building came into view. Rather than heading into the parking lot, he pulled up out front. When he got the engine, pulled his helmet off and sat there without hopping off. Confused, I removed my own helmet.
めんどくさいでしょ。
He whispered quietly without looking at me.
何が？
あたしうるさいしずうずうしいしおせっかい焼きだしトワをすぐ巻き込むし。
急になんだよ。
うん。
He murmured vaguely, with his back still turned.
そんなの今更だろ。
そうだけど
It's compliment.
嫌じゃないの？
You will see.
嫌ならここにはいない。
でもいい加減にしろって思ったりしない？
お前はそういうもんだと思ってる。
Timidly, he looked over his shoulder at me. His gaze was tinged with melancholy.
トワはあたしが今のままでもいいの？
昔と何か違うのか？
だってほらやっぱりあるじゃない。昔はここまでわがままじゃなかったとか。
そんな細かいことを俺が気にすると思うか？
He looked at me in surprise. He gazed at me for a long moment, then suddenly broke into a giggle.
そっか。 そうよね。
As he squinted at him, dubiously he shook his head.
続きは部屋で話しましょう。
With that, he started the engine back. We parked in the parking lot, then headed up to the 6th floor. In the living room, Rain turned the lights on. Then he pulled off his coat, set the paper bag on the coffee table, and sat down on the sofa. I tossed my own coat over the back of the sofa, like I live here, then sat down next to him. I gazed up at the ceiling in silence for a while, then reached out and grabbed the paper bag like he had only just remembered it was there.
これシュークリーム。
More food. When he peered into the bag, he remarked in surprise.
お前のために買ってきたんだな。
やだ。
His voice shook. Then he stared at the floor like he was struggling to hold something in.
今こういうことされたらなんだか泣けてきちゃうじゃない。涙腺緩んでるんだから。
腹減ってるんだろ。ちょうどいい差し入れだな。
うん。でもすぐに食べちゃうのはなんだかもったいないわ。
Blinking back tears, Reid sniffed and rose to his feet. He tucked the whole bag into the fridge, then returned to the sofa.
さっきの話の続きだけど。
He let out a long breath, like he was willing the tears to recede.
トワは出会った時から今までずっと私を受け入れてくれてるのね。私が勝手に考えすぎてただけで。トワはあんまり覚えてないって言ってたけど、私トワと知り合うよりも前からトワのことを知ってたのよ。
He smiled bashfully.
ある日の放課後、学校の帰り道に駅前でトワを見て、トワは制服を着崩してて、すごくだるそうにしながらタバコを吸ってたわ。その時ね、駅前にあるシュークリーム屋さんの甘い匂いが充満してて、その匂いを嗅ぎながらトワを見てたらなんだか美味しそうって思っちゃって。変でしょ。私もどうしてなのかよくわかんないけど、でももしかしたらそれからなのかも。食欲と興奮が結びついちゃったのって。
He turned his face away like he was embarrassed to admit it.
高校は別になったんだけど、実はずっとトワの追っかけしてたのよ。トワのことが気になって忘れられなくて、全然知らなかったでしょ。
あ
あ、まあ気づかれないように追いかけてたんだから当然よね。それでトワが絵を描いてるって知ってメールしたの。それは覚えてるでしょ。
I know. I didn't start painting until after high school. I would have thought that the mail exchange was the moment Reid and I first met. He told me he wanted to cast away his manhood one and for all. He wanted to cut his dick off, and he wanted me to paint him doing it. Yep! Ultimately, it's hard too much for him to go through with it, so we call the whole thing off.
あの時は女にならなきゃって思って必死だったの。でも自分が望んでいない方向へ強引に進もうとしてたのよね。
There you have the reason why in the previous No Safe for Work scene, Towa pointed out the scar that was left from the previous time.
それに本当にトワがユーフォリアなのかを確かめたいって下心もあったし、今は ちゃんと受け入れたいと思ってる。本当は自分が何を望んでるのかが分かったから。
Wait, why that face?
私は男だし、男でありたい。だからとは。
Look at me nervously.
前は失敗しちゃったけど、今度こそとわに最後まで見届けてほしい。私が自分自身を受け入れる瞬間を書いてほしいの。
また挑戦するのか？
In other words, I was asking if he was about to cut his dick off for real. I don't think that's the point. But raised to his head, grinning.
違うわ。切りたいってことじゃないわよ。言ったでしょ、男でありたいって。私の今の望みはね。
Just then his expression turned serious.
トワと本気の殴り合いがしたいの。トワの骨と肉を感じたい。トワにも私の骨と肉を感じてほしい。
Amolerse a leches.
そうしたら、トワと全力を出し切ったら何かが変われる気がするの。
His tone was one of a thin resolve. Quietly, I made eye contact, unflinching. My sharp gaze bored into his eyes like I was trying to penetrate his the very depths of his soul.
わかった。見せろよ、お前の全部。
Second round, let's go! Is it here? Oh, yes! It's here. Okay. Bad ending coming.
トワ。
Let me save just in case. Save load menu. Yes. Say, tell me,
あのね、
how have you felt about me all this time? Make a joke.
ネガティブ。
So I got failure, don't worry about it. You kept trying to take care of me, so I thought you must be weird. Yeah, I can see that. What do you want?
ああ、
It's going to take a while because there are 3 rounds of
Hontori.
interrogation, but is this the kind of response you wanted?
うん。
Yeah, I'm glad to hear it.
あのね、
Alright then, how did you feel when I asked to be your model?
ポジティブ。悪くない。
I had a feeling it could make a greasy painting if you really went for it.
よかった。
So you could have seen the artistic value in it. That is
確か
Namasnik coffee. I'm surprised you didn't start avoiding me after the first attempt. She's coughing a lot, okay.
それって
Why didn't you?
ポジティブ。お前は。
But when you asked to be my model, I could tell your suffering ran deep.
そうだ。
I realized you were traumatized.
ありがとう。
But I appreciate that you have always taken me seriously.
ああ。ああ。
At the time, you looked like you were ready to off yourself. Oh, yeah, maybe so.
気持ち悪いって思
Would it be
わない？
weird if I started acting more masculine? What would you think, Towa? Me? No, they are just old. Speak my mind.
ネガティブ。かもな。
It will only be weird if it feels weird to you.
うん。
Right, I shouldn't be so hard on myself. No condo.
いいか。
You can start overthinking things or you will lose your momentum.
うん。
Yeah, like I start getting cold feet and stuff.
今までのすべてを。
Contradiction.
矛盾。お前はずっと葛藤し続けてるんだな。
そうね、ずっとそう。今も昔もずっと。
Okay, second round.
まだだ。
うん、分かってる。
It's in the third one in which we decide, so. Okay. I never imagined I could be going for a round 2 with Euphoria.
いい？
Can I talk about what it was like last time? And negative.
ネガティブ。いいのか？
Just sure you want to?
うん。
This is it doesn't bother me. I can talk to you about it at least.
あの時は
I noticed I actually asked you to watch me cut my own dick off with a knife.
今でも思い出せ
I
るわ。
cringe so hard thinking about it now.
ポジティブ。つまり
You were at the end of the rope, of your rope.
そ
Yeah, back then I was desperate for a solution. Persona B,
¿Dónde
yeah,
anda?
really. You so don't wanna try again? Yeah, these days I don't feel like that anymore. Say
う、
nothing.
考えたこともあったわ。
But I was super eager to model for you for Euphoria, of course.
え
I've always been a big fan of yours. Play along.
ポジティブ。ありがとう。
I'm honored. Are you actually though? I get it.
ああ。そうだな。
You really get me, don't you?
え
After all these years, of course I do.
あの時は
These days, I'm glad I didn't go through with it back then.
ね
What about you, Towa? Discuss the possibility.
ネガティブ。まあ、
If you had, you probably wouldn't have turned out. You would have turned out a lot different.
考えたこともなかったな。
A different me. I wonder how it would have changed. Would have changed.
そういえば。
The manager said you don't see any artistic value in your own body. Understood. I said as much at one point. I always believed I could never change myself.
ネガティブ。けど、
And in the end, it was a self-fulfilling prophecy.
え
Yep, exactly. I never changed. No condo.
ああ。ああ。
So because you felt you couldn't change yourself, that meant body mods were off limits too?
あたしね。
I just kept thinking, what's the point of trying? What's the point?
よし。どうなんだ？
Have you ever wanted someone to do it for you?
ダメね。
I have thought about it, but in the end, I always concluded that I couldn't see the point in it.
お前の傷を。
What the modification?
人体改造。人体改造は趣味なのか？
大好き。人体の芸術よ。それでね。
The reason I don't put any body art on myself is
変えられないって思った。
but they can change others people's, you know?
だから
That's why I love body art. At least this way, even I have the power to change someone. He spoke slowly, his eyes averted. It looked like he was still struggling with some lingering doubts. Okay, last round. Hold on. Okay, save here so I remember. In which part? Save the radio. It's in here, just in case. Scalfis design. Okay, let's go. Bartender.
今度こそいけるか。
そのためにここにいるから。いい？
Could I talk about my mom for a bit? I have never talked about her, right? Positive.
ポジティブ。聞かせてくれ。
Gotcha.
聞いてほしい。
But now I want to tell you about her. Say nothing.
綺麗な人だったわ。
My mom is a sweet, beautiful woman, but looking back, she could be really confusing.
それで
She could always guess that I was as pretty as a girl. So I always wondered if maybe she wishes I was one female. Negative.
ネガティブ。いいや。
I can't know for sure, but if I had to guess, I would say she didn't mean it like that.
うん。
Maybe not. Something?
そうだな。
Is there something that makes you believe otherwise?
うーん。
I wouldn't say that. I just wish I knew for sure. I just can't.
なあ。
If you really wanna know that badly, we could always look for her.
ありがとね。
No, that's not necessary. Okay,
ああ。
now time to scroll. Ray Madness End. Okay. In the end, she walked out on us. She couldn't stand being married to an addict that was constantly drunk and gambling.
ネガティブ。
We.
確か
I feel bad for her.
そうね。
Me too, but at the same time, it hurts that she left me behind.
に。よし。そうか。
I guess it shows just how much he despises your dad.
ええ。
I think so too, and boy, can I relate.
私ね。
Sometimes I want to. Sure, but I'm scared that maybe she left me behind for a reason.
少しね。
This is gonna sound dumb, but sometimes I worry that no one needs me around. Respondiendo.
ポジティブ。安心しろ。
Everyone in your life cares about you.
うん。
Yeah, I know. I shouldn't be thinking like this. Oof! There it is.
ああ。聞かせろ。
So you want to be needed, in other words.
そう。
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I know people do need me, but. And say nothing. And here we go.
今までのすべてを。
And select Ray's father.
レイの父親。
Se viene.
父親のことは。
大嫌い。本当に。でも。
But what I hate most of all is the idea of spending my whole life being bitter.
だから。
If I had to spend every day agonizing over that asshole, I would be miserable.
分
So
かってる。
I'm gonna accept myself, the good, the bad, the contradiction, all of it.
向き合いたいの。
I want to give myself permission to exist. That's how I feel.
まだ迷いがあるな。お前はまだ。
そうじゃないの。やっぱりわからないよね。ごめんね。また儀式は未遂で終わったかな。うん。もう儀式なんかに頼ってちゃダメだよね。大丈夫。私勝つから。一人でも大丈夫だから。
So he's going to keep on going on his own way without fully relying on other people. He's going to close himself off after seeing that what he thought would be like the final step has failed. He has failed yet again. Well, do I have to put the things on the screen? Partway through, Ray looked away like he was disappointed. Maybe I made a mistake somewhere. After that, Ray went on to win his money match, but he had asked Sakaki to let him keep fighting even after the debt was repaid. When I heard about it from Sakaki, I immediately tried to ask Ray about it. He looked at me stoically and said, I just can't stop. After his money match was healing enough for him to walk, he went back home. His father came in to say that the debt has gone down drastically and that only the top of the top were able to go to those money matches. So I assume you get a lot of money from that. And a few days later, Taku noticed that I had vanished from my apartment in the middle of a painting. Normally, I never ever left my place when I was painting, but when he came to check on me and found that I was gone, he figured I would be back eventually. A day went by, then 2, then 3. At that point, Taku got worried and went looking for me. Una money match now, I don't. Just shouldn't do. After a week of no luck, he noticed he couldn't get a hold of Ray either. So where had we gone? All he could do was search frantically for any sign of us. I opened my eye. Apparently, I have fallen asleep. I blinked a few times, then raised my head. The room was dark. Evidently, he wasn't home yet. As I sit my way, the bed cracked. It was too large for one person, but nevertheless, I lay alone under the silky sheets. Then my foot brushed and rolled up a blanket. I looked over at the digital clock on the bedside, at the bedside table, 2 a.m. It was bound to be home any minute now. I sat down and reached over my six. Then I put one between my lips and lit it. The smoke slowly rose like it was being sucked up by the darkness. As I sat there with one leg bent, zoning out and having a smoke, I heard the front door open. Then the lights clicked on. Nothing too bright though, just the moonlighting. In wall, Ray smiling faintly beneath the blue light.
Tadaima.
He walked over to the bed, cut my cheek, and picked me on the lips. I just ate it in silence, then took another drag.
今日も勝ったよ。余裕だった。あくびが出そうなくらい。
But I was only half listening. Then he snatched my cigarette and crushed it in the ashtray on the bedside table.
こっち見て。
Examining the pale smoke, I turned my face in his direction. I may have to censor now just in case. He didn't sat down on the edge of the bed and grabbed my face in both hands. Do I have to also mute the game now?
あんなに嫌だったマネーマッチだけど、もうすっかり慣れちゃった。
Just in case. I don't know when he's going to switch.
儲かるからドアに不自由のない暮らしをさせてあげられるし、全然いいんだけど。
I don't know when he's going to switch, so sorry I keep spamming it on and off. I don't want my channel to die.
最近は戦いながら
Vale.
誰か俺を殺せるやつがいないかなって思ってる。
Don't switch. Just then he pressed his forehead to mine. Don't switch. Don't.
でも俺を殺せるのはトワだけだよ。
Don't.
トワしかいない。
Let's. I think you saw a blink over there. I saw a frame you saw. Wait, you want to see? He got a fancy tattoo if you. Yeah. Let me mute the game now. Ta ta ta. I didn't notice that the tattoo was shaped like a butterfly wing. Oh yeah, hold on. Backlog. Ta 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 ta. In addition to the complex scar, my skin was now sported a series of complex patterns. These patterns were produced by intentionally creating keloid scars. By cutting lines in the skin, the raised tissue could create shapes. Ray had administered these cuts in order to turn my scarred body into his own work of art. Personally, I had no interest in keloid patterns, but I enjoyed feeling the pain all over my body. Of course you do. He had embedded rings down my back, with thin string loops crisscross throughout them and ending in a bow, like a woman's corset. My body was now his canvas, his masterpiece. I used to wear an eye patch, but now the area around my right eye was tattooed black, like I was wearing a half mask. I wonder if I can sew the back corset thingy because it looks pretty cool. Yeah, that's something that happened. Oof. I can show it. What's going on? Fluids on the cavity of his eye. Wait, I may be able to. Nope, wait. Let's see how I do this. And that's about it. Knock me out. I think you are not going to be able to get like a fancy screenshot this time because his face is very close to race one. Ah, yeah. I think. Yay! Oof, that scream. Okay. Because that's something that happened, I guess. Awful man, yep. What do you mean you were trying to be careful? You did that on purpose. What do you mean? I will reverse you again later. And I need to think of a way I can polish you even more. Oh, okay. Okay. No, face, wait, maybe there is one. Maybe there is one. Hold on, it's going to take a bit. The camera is moving very slowly. I don't know if you want this one though. I don't know if you want this one. Wait. I'm not sure if you want this. As he spoke, he wanted his arms around me and embraced me affectionately. Are you sure? There you have it, just in case. I will censor just in case, but I think it's okay now. I will censor just in case. I sat there in silence, no words necessary. After all, Wraith didn't want a banner with a will of his own. No, what Ray wanted was the ultimate work of art. So I was going to be his little doll. Hold on. Who knows, maybe it couldn't be half bad. Okay. And with that, we are done with the bad ending for Ray. Now I understand that I no need to change myself. As long as I can keep loving you forever and ever. I forgot that. What happened? Things happen. Things happen. I'm a happy new couple. So, Rainbow. Tanaka Ichiro. I wonder if they have done other stuff. Tanaka Ichiro Seiju. Aren't they? No, they aren't. Oh. Oh, he was in Haikyuu? He was in Code Geass? Wait, hold on. Ain't no way he's in Code Geass. Eh? I guess. Or maybe not. I'm confused. Anyways. That's race road. I hope the YouTuber didn't mind my exactly that. Just be careful. You don't open your YouTube account in front of other people that may see your profile picture, okay? Just be careful. I'm not responsible for anything that may happen. Okay, so oh my god, no. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave the episode there for today. And next day we finish his whole route and we start doing the common route leading in toward Madarame if Ray's good ending doesn't extend for too long. Or at least we can attempt to, because I think it's going to be at least half an hour of going through dialogues and stuff like that. So if we can get that job done over before starting Madarame's route, that would be nice. Soon you will meet him. Also, I kind of... Oh, okay, it didn't change. This ending surprised me. Honestly, same. Out of all of the bad endings, this and the one from Fujieda are my favorites. Taco's ending, I'm so sorry, but the noises, I cannot. And the one for Madarame is okay-ish. So abroad, the bad endings tend to be like that. They just skip over the details, but you get the feeling of it overall. Like what happened to them after. Okay. So yeah, next stream will be good ending plus if it doesn't go on for too long. Hopefully, I think it should be around 3 hours to 3-4 hours maybe. We will see. They just gave me beds. I'm infuriating to see. I don't know if you're trying to allude to Junkin, but no, we will finally meet him. Yes, you will. I don't know if your opinion about him will change or not. Because he does some stuff that I don't vibe that much with. So, for me, his route is I was expecting other kind of outcome, but we will see. Also, let me check. Oh yeah, I can show this to you guys. I got... Wait, not here. Imágenes guardadas. No, in stuff. Will it open though? Can I show it? Wait. Nope. I wanted to show you guys, but because I was sent a picture of the manufacturer of some of the keychains, and I was sent precisely a photo of Ray's Euphoria's clock thingy, but due to the weird format of JP large thingy from Twitter, I can open it sadly. So yeah, I will end it there then, because I also need to go to the bathroom. Okay, bye bye, see you tomorrow. I will show it tomorrow on stream. I really need to speedrun to the bathroom. I can't hold in anymore. Bye bye.